this. Fresh off the Palm Beach County, that's where I'm from. Where niggas get gunned down and left slung from. Thumbs up for fucking round. This ain't accounting for you bitches to come around.
What up? What up? And welcome to another Christmas episode of the unofficial podcast, the National Football League, the 5-6 Kings podcast. I'm David Breen. With me, as always, my dear friend and co-host, Braden Bowler. Braden, how are you, man?
I'm in this weird state of being like in the Christmas spirit, but also like hungover. I just got back from a vacation in St. Augustine. Super fun with the fam. But you know, just catching my bearings.
I don't believe you're still hungover.
You
You do this thing where it's like days after you've been drinking, and you're like, "Yeah, and I'm hungover, had a long weekend." Like, I don't believe you still are.
All right,
I think you just had the vacation, and you felt like you had to address that you drank on the vacation.
Well, now it's funny because last night I was like, I'm not hungover, and I was laying down and I started to get almost like the spins. I swear to God, it was like alarming. I was like, dude, I should not feel like this. This is like 2 a.m. I could not go to sleep.
Not feel. What are you gonna do? The fucking hospital?
That's what I was.
I'm calling an ambulance.
I
wish. Like I'd been a little worried, but like if it all came out like this, I wish we would have not recorded today. Because you're like, hey man, I had to have an ambulance come get me. I had the spins in bed.
I was feeling loopy, and what's crazy is I didn't drink yesterday, so I was actually a little alarmed for like a little. I had to get up and like go get some water and sit back down. I started to feel better, but I was like, man, this is weird. Long story short, this is the most I've drank like all year, and just happens to just be a week long of it. So I don't know. I don't know if I was still having some weird effects from it or what. Now it's not like I'm hungover. It's like
depressed.
Just
depressed,
lonely, scared. Depressed.
The week in St. Augustine's over, and you're like, well, the year's all downhill from here.
Yeah, I got to go back to regular life.
Yeah, back to the real world.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than the week in St. Augustine.
But then I had some Polar Express in me, so I'm like, okay, now I'm a little cheery.
Got you a little up. You're like, all right, I believe. I fucking
believe. I believe, David. I'm no longer a doubter. I no longer have trust issues.
There we go.
I'm finally free.
There we go, guys.
Huh?
You started to say something.
I was going to say, how are you though?
Fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just fine.
Just Polar Express didn't do anything for you?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
Yeah,
fine.
Okay.
No, it's weird. I fully planned on recording yesterday, and then you and I were texting, and you were like, "Yeah, no, I'm not home yet." It was like mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not home yet. I gotta get home and do all this. I'll probably be ready by 7. I was like, why don't we just push to tomorrow? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Like fully like that. Woke up this morning, like got breakfast. I went to Chick-fil-A. Like, I left my house. I was like, I got some time. I'm gonna get some breakfast.
Yeah.
Like 9:40. I'm like, oh shit. I haven't watched the movie. I don't know why I think I'm ready to go record at 11. It's like I had not watched it. I was just like, yeah, we're going to record at 11, like whatever. I was planning my day as though it was going to happen, and I was like, oh, it's definitely not going to happen. It's like,
time flies, man.
It's 9:40, and that's an hour and 40-minute movie. I will not be ready in an hour and 20 minutes. I won't be at Braden's house ready to record. So I put the movie, I texted Brandon, I was like, I don't know, maybe noon. And then I wasn't ready at noon. Yeah.
Hey,
so that's a
happens.
weird day. Not necessarily bad.
No, yeah.
Just weird, like, huh. It's weird that I didn't watch the movie and thought I was just going to be ready.
Yeah, it's weird the way life plays out sometimes. But how was that Chick-fil-A?
It was good.
Yeah?
It was good. They do,
So it was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They got rid of the chicken, egg, and cheese bagel.
Sons of
which
bitches.
is the point. It was one of the better breakfast meals you can get at a fast food place.
What are they doing?
It's not like going somewhere good and getting a breakfast. I wouldn't compare it to anything like that.
Did like Jesus not approve of it or something?
Jesus didn't. He's very anti-bagel.
Yeah.
But they have English muffins with chicken, egg, and cheese on it now. It's very good. Because a biscuit, it's too dominant of a bread to have a breakfast sandwich on, I think.
Okay.
Biscuits are great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love a good biscuit.
Might be too like thick.
But thick and just like bready.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't want a breakfast sandwich on a biscuit.
Takes away from the egg.
Yeah, takes away from the egg and the meat.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's overpowering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so English muffin. It's not as good as the bagel Chick-fil-A, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And that's why you're fine.
Yeah, that's why I'm fine. Had it been great, I'm like, I'm doing amazing. This is the best morning of my life.
I can't believe it. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. I had this English muffin with chicken, egg, and cheese on it. It was so good.
David, I see you got that Dolphin shirt on, man.
All season long. You think I'm gonna stop?
No,
Done it since week 1. House of the Dragon, Dolphin shirt.
Look what I
Polar
got.
Express, Dolphin shirt. Braden's wearing Dolphins pants. I don't know if you flex, but you got some hard.
I did it.
Quads.
Oh, I'm built like how my dad would say, a shit brick house.
Brick shit house.
Oh, fuck.
Does
That's
he-
just the way he says
But does he say shit brick?
Yeah, he
That's
says
great.
Shit brick house, yeah.
Because shit brick sounds like it's made with bad bricks. Sounds like he's disrespecting how you're built. He's like, you're made of shit brick over there, kid.
It's just, I don't know. I don't know if I get it from my dad. Maybe it just runs through our genetics, but that's shit that we do all day long.
Just flip the
We'll
word.
flip
Yeah.
that shit all day.
Well, it's because you're dyslexic and you want people to feel bad for you for it.
That's exactly
I was
what it is.
diagnosed with dyslexia when I was a kid. Isn't that sad?
Dave, you don't remember me getting pulled out of the class in
Isn't
first
that
grade?
sad? No, I don't remember
They're like, this
that.
kid can't speak.
Yeah.
You can't be in class with the regular
It was
kids.
you and all the other losers that had to go sit in a room
You know
with
what? I
with
actually-
either Miss Gill or Miss Appleby, and you had to
enjoyed-
fucking do stuff.
I enjoyed the small. We were in a small. It's like the small school bus.
Well, that's
we're-
special kids
Yeah.
enjoy the special one-on-one attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You
liked
needed it.
it.
It's what you needed.
Yeah.
and you liked it. Yeah.
Thanks, man. But anything you want to get off your chest about the whole Finns?
No, so 3 straight losses, obviously disappointing.
Close game though.
Yeah,
I watched it. It was good.
There's no moral victories. There's no moral victories.
I felt like the rest were kind of fucking.
They
us.
played. Yeah, I don't want to talk about anything like that. Yeah, that's all they were. There's
Yeah.
pass interference not being called,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
pass
that was-
interference being called. Call it consistently the whole way through, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
because Cater Kohu that was pass interference.
Yeah,
By the book, pass interference. Call it all game.
but it wasn't as
Don't-
bad as the other one they
don't-
didn't call.
Don't wait until the end of the game to start calling pass
Yeah.
interference calls when it matters.
Yeah.
Be consistent, and I don't care.
Yeah,
But here's the thing, like, Dolphins fans are pissed, and, like, whatever. Heading into this season, I didn't think winning the division was a realistic possibility. Because it shouldn't have been. Bills, I didn't think the Dolphins would have started as strong as they did. My hope heading into the season was wild card, win a playoff game. Still very much on the table.
yeah,
They're playing 3 teams that they're better than the rest of the way. They take care of business there. They can get Tennessee or Jacksonville in the first round, and they can beat either of them. And then maybe they go to Buffalo again in round 2. Another fun game. Like, I'm not super worried.
yeah.
This isn't... Heading into the season, I didn't think Super Bowl team, win the division. Oh, this is a great year. I thought make the playoffs, win a playoff game, get something to build on next year.
Yeah.
They still can do all that.
Isn't Buffalo one of the better teams right now in the league?
They're the best team in the AFC record-wise. If the season ended right now, they would get a first-round bye, home field throughout the playoffs.
So to be, to lose in the last
Yeah, no, played them very competitive. And that gave me a
at home, you know?
if beginning of the year, if you'd asked me, do I want the Dolphins to go to Buffalo in the playoffs? I'd have said absolutely not.
Yeah,
Now, I think it's a winnable game.
yeah,
I wouldn't so let's say the Dolphins make the playoffs, they beat Jacksonville in the first round. Jacksonville might win the fucking AFC South, people.
Ugh.
That's the world we're living in, where the Jacksonville Jaguars might end up winning the AFC South because the Titans suck.
Oof.
And I'd rather Titans. They don't really suck. They're a physical defense, and they'd give the Dolphins some problems. Dolphins are a better team, but they'd give them problems. Let's say Dolphins, and they win in Jacksonville. Go to Buffalo in the second round. Very winnable.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on them to win. I'd bet on Buffalo.
yeah. but probably a close game.
Yeah, it's been 2 very competitive games. They've split them. Yeah, I think the third one would be too.
Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you saw, but I've never seen before a game being delayed for snowballs.
It's
Like, me and my family were like freaking out the whole time as it was happening.
it's insane. And they kept saying in the broadcast, they weren't able to. They're not able to clean off the snow. They cleaned the field. They're unable to do it on the seats and in the why?
Yeah.
Unable to? No, they chose not to.
Yeah.
The NFL doesn't have the means to do so.
To hire more people
Of course they can
Yeah.
clean the snow off. They're like, whatever. The fans will sit and they don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane that they're like, they didn't have the means. And Dolphins, it's insane that like people are like, oh, Dolphins players can't take a snowball. If we went to, it was fucking icicles.
Oh, and
that they're throwing at the Dolphins sideline too.
No, yeah.
If it's a game down in Miami and I have a cup of ice and I'm just throwing ice cubes at the visitor sideline,
Or like water balloons.
I get kicked the fuck out.
Yeah.
It's not a player is pissed and like yelling at me and they want to fight me and I get kicked out of the stadium and probably banned for the rest of my life.
But all of these people.
Or just throwing snowballs and all that stuff. Here's one thing. I don't think the refs are allowed to do what they did in the game. But I liked it because they delayed it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't long.
And it really didn't do shit.
But they said it slowed down.
A little bit, but
They said if you throw snowballs on the field, it will be a 15-yard penalty against the Bills.
which is great. But they never enforced it.
But because the snowballs died down enough. The
Yeah.
snowballs weren't a super huge factor at that point. But here's the thing. Are the refs allowed to do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like there's Dolphin fans in the stands too.
So if I'm a
I'm
Dolphins,
just
yeah,
throwing
I'm like, okay.
snowballs nonstop, and you're like, it's 15 yards on the Bills. Like, I can't imagine they're allowed to say if the fans do something, the team is penalized 15 yards. But they did it.
Yeah,
They did it, which is wild.
it's pretty cool.
But it was a fun game.
Yeah.
Very disappointing ending, but I went into the game. It's one of those weird. I went into that game thinking Dolphins are not going to win. They've played very bad the last 2 weeks. I don't expect them to win. I just hope they play better than they did the last 2 weeks, get something to build on. And then like my brother and I watched at my place, and like literally like I was livid after this game. Like not like screaming and stuff, but like I'm just sitting there on my couch. He's just kind of like looking at me. I had nothing to say. I was like, I don't know. Like, if you want to leave now, like, I don't. That's okay. Like normally he'll stay for a few minutes. We'll talk about the game, hang out a little bit. I just kind of like stared at him. He stared at me, and then he's like, "I'm just gonna go." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, you do that. You fucking do that." Like it was such a range of emotions. But you know, Christmas Day against the Packers.
That's what football does to you, man.
That is.
One
Absolutely
moment
is.
it'll bring you up. Next moment, it's gonna tear
Crashing
you
down.
Yeah.
Christmas Day against the Packers. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. They should win.
Yeah.
They should. How they played in Buffalo tells me they should go to New England and win. Everyone's like, "Oh, can the Dolphins play in the snow?" They fucking did.
Yeah.
Tua, people are like, Tua played well.
Yeah.
He didn't play otherworldly, but Tua's not an otherworldly physical athlete. He plays very well within the system. He's very accurate. He makes good decisions with the ball. He did that. He made the touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Was a fucking dime.
Yeah.
Touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle. Little underthrown, but you have Jalen Waddle. You want to make sure he gets it and let him do something with the ball. And that's what happened. Jalen Waddle scored. Tua played well. I'd like them to, when the run game is working like that, lean on it more.
Yeah.
And not be either we're going to run it 4 straight plays or we're going to throw it 4 straight plays. I'd like them to be more versatile, more mixed, showing different looks on offense.
That's one thing I would say that from when I was watching just seems predictable is like when they're going to run because they don't run it enough. They don't switch it up enough. So it's like, I feel like you can see it coming as to almost like what they're doing.
Yeah. And Raheem Mostert had, in the second half, they kind of abandoned it, which is disappointing. Raheem Mostert had like maybe 120 in the first half.
Yeah.
And he ended with 168, and it's
Yeah.
not like he ran it, 15 times in the second half and was just getting stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And what do you think of the last drive? Do you think that they should have called more timeouts, or because it was like a tricky situation when they were like on the 50 or the 40, and they're trying to Dolphins are playing defense is what I'm saying, and they're on their last drive, and they I feel like he was trying to run out the time rather than call the timeouts then. And
yeah, I mean, you had them on that play where Josh Allen's under pressure. You were knocking them out of field goal range, and he threw it up, and they got a pass interference call.
yeah,
You don't want to give the Bills' offense more of a chance there.
yeah,
It sucks when they're on the verge of field goal range like that.
Yeah.
If they're inside the 20, if they're where they're going to make a field goal, you start using your timeouts.
yeah.
But
That's what I was saying.
in
It's
that
like
situation, you want to put the pressure on
them,
on Josh Allen and the
Which
offense.
makes sense, yeah.
Make
Yeah.
them make a play.
yeah,
And they did.
Yeah.
They did because Josh Allen is bananas.
yeah,
I hate him. And it's fun watching this game because, him and Christian Wilkins just talk. Christian Wilkins, Dolphins defensive lineman,
okay,
just talk so much shit to each other the whole game. You can see them going back
Yeah.
and forth. Christian Wilkins is downfield. Stephon Diggs didn't make a play, and on third down, he's getting in Stephon Diggs.
there was a lot of that I was seeing.
So great.
Yeah,
So that's the one thing. I hope the Dolphins in the coming years run away with this division and become a dominant force there.
yeah,
But I like having, that was one of the most emotional, exciting Dolphins games in a very long time.
that's what it seemed like
'Cause
too, from the interactions between the two different teams.
because they both it's two high level teams that are going to play each other twice every single year, and it's in my lifetime the Dolphins have never been a high level team that's going to be playing another high level team twice a year.
Yeah,
It's been the Dolphins defense in the early 2000s was awesome, and they could beat up on Tom Brady at times, but Tom Brady would get his because he's fucking great.
yeah,
But it was never the whole team.
yeah,
Dolphins, they're a decent offseason away where they just get some people who can fucking tackle in the secondary and a tight end who isn't Mike Gesicki, who Mike Gesicki is your tight end making $11 million this year and he can't block.
yeah,
So there's not really a spot for him on this offense because this offense needs the tight ends to be able to block.
yeah,
A tight end like that and a right tackle. There are a few pieces. And honestly, right tackle, if Brandon Shell comes back, I won't be upset.
yeah.
There are a few pieces away from being next year. Oh, they could very well win the Super Bowl.
That's exciting.
So yeah,
Fins the fuck
fins the fuck up.
up.
Let's take care of business against the Packers this week.
It's exciting.
Get back, get to where they got 9 wins, guaranteed winning season for the 3rd straight year. First time in 20 years that's happened.
Yeah.
Take care of business. Get into the postseason, boys.
Oh yeah.
Polar Express. Polar Express, guys.
Let's fucking ride it.
Tom Hanks does his best Eddie Murphy impression. 'Cause I feel like he plays 9 characters in this fucking movie.
It's 7.
7?
That's
Yeah.
one of the fun facts. He plays 7 characters. And everyone's basically. Well, no, we'll get into my theories later. But should we talk budget?
We should talk budget.
What do you think, David?
So Tom Hanks got his.
Oh,
He's Tom Hanks. He gonna get his. I don't know. I didn't look up the cast. I don't know if anyone else really notable is in it.
I don't know if this will make a difference, for you, but this is the first film that is performance captured. So the entire thing is digital. This is the first time that an entire film has been done like this.
There we go. It's visually spectacular.
Yeah, they do a good
Yeah,
job.
it's fantastic.
You
This
can
movie.
tell they're actually capturing like real facial features and emotions.
Yeah, I mean, the fucking conductor on the train looks like Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And at first you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. You don't normally do a fucking animated movie where it
looks
where the
exactly-
character looks like the actor doing the voice. That never happens. No, but I don't know how much a fucking digitally captured movie would cost. I'm
just trying to say, maybe that would sway your
$60 million.
so much higher, dude. It's fucking insane.
Fucking $180 million?
A little bit lower.
160?
Yeah. So they say on IMDb it says 165 estimated. I was like, there's no way that's right. I look into it and it's like, oh, on Google it's like, oh, at least 150 million. I was like, what, dude? So then I looked into it. Fun fact, or I'll ask you, how much do you think Tom Hanks was paid?
Just fun fact it. Fun fact it.
40 million.
There we go.
Bro,
There we go.
But even then, it's like, okay, what else is the other 120 million going to?
And you know what's great about the fact that they paid Tom Hanks $40 million?
What?
Didn't need to be him in this fucking movie.
Yeah, it didn't have to be.
It could have been anyone. It's
It really could
it's the
have.
polar. Kids weren't like, that's Tom Hanks.
Oh my god!
Makes it so it's a fucking kids movie.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
fucking great.
bro, it's
Great that they paid him so much.
yeah, it's great that they paid him so much. But I get it. It's like probably the newest technology on the block at the time. This movie was made in 2004, so I'm thinking like, okay, a lot of the budget went to the new technology they're using, but even then,
25% went to fucking Tom Hanks.
yeah,
Crazy.
But he plays like almost every single role in
Yeah,
this.
but I couldn't have, but someone else could have.
Oh yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy's getting his.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying they could have paid someone $1 million
Yeah.
who would have given the same effect.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Tom I'm not shitting on Tom Hanks as Tom Hanks is a great actor.
Oh, he did great.
Yeah, he does good in the movie, and he's great in everything he's ever in. He's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna say otherwise about that.
But it didn't
Need to be Tom Hanks in
Yeah.
this movie at all.
You could have gotten someone else to do, I feel like, almost probably just as well as him without having. But
Comparable, and you can pay whatever the fucking actor's rate is.
I'm guessing, though, at the time, 2004 was probably, pretty hype time for Tom Hanks. So they probably used that as like a ploy for marketing as well. Oh, Tom Hanks is in it, but I get what you're saying.
But it's
like,
a kids movie.
For kids.
Yeah, kids aren't like, oh, we gotta go see the Tom Hanks
Yeah.
Christmas movie. They're like, oh no, we want to see that Christmas movie where they ride that train. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it is based on a book. It's from like the same writer that
Yeah.
made Jumanji. So, I mean, I guess it already had somewhat of a marketing credibility to it, like
It's the writer who did Jumanji.
that's what I read.
Do you know who would have been a better conductor?
Yes, but I'm blanking on his fucking name right now. The comedian.
He's dead now.
He's dead now.
He was Patch Adams.
You know
He was
what's
Jack.
No, I know. Jesus Christ. How do I?
He was the genie in Aladdin.
I know. I know. You're not helping me, bro.
He's
I know who he is.
He's the teacher in Dead Poets Society.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about
Good Will Hunting.
I'm blanking, bro. So hard.
He was in the movie Hook.
Damn it. Just making me look bad, bro.
I mean, it's crazy that you don't know Robin Williams.
I know Robin Williams, dude.
Yeah.
Robin Williams would have been
Robin Williams would have been very good as the conductor.
and probably would have
Would not have cost $40 million.
would have cost 10.
Yeah.
1/4.
Yeah, you save $30 million and you get arguably a better conductor.
Yeah.
You think Robin Williams might have been too big. Not like too big of a star. He might have been too like over the top.
True.
And it would have been like, come on, Robin.
Well, then I was just thinking Jim Carrey too, and I was like, he might be a little over the top too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking missed opportunity there.
Yeah. How much do you think they made though, David? How much profit do you think this thing made?
Am I guessing how much profit they made, or am I guessing how much they grossed?
How much they grossed worldwide?
400 million?
Lower.
200 million.
Higher.
300 million.
316.
316 million. They happy with that shit?
Yeah, I mean they should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So like it was a $160 million budget, and
Yeah.
they almost doubled it.
Yeah. They should
Of
definitely.
course they're happy with
Yeah.
that. If you make a movie and you make a $1 million profit, you should be happy.
Oh yeah.
You should be happy if you make a $1 million, because that's all the investors and all that. If you owned 10% of that movie, that's $100,000 profit that you're getting.
I'm guessing China must have really liked this movie because they
How
only-
could they not? You know?
Yeah.
How could they?
Come
not?
on, Polar Express, bunch of kids getting kidnapped in the middle of the night, because they grossed 188 million in U.S. and Canada. So like, the other half of that money came from outside the West.
Yeah, 130 million.
Yeah,
Outside of the U.S. and Canada. Sure.
yeah. Look at that,
Yeah. Fucking A.
dude.
Fucking A.
All right, David. Let's get into the fucking ratings.
Let's get into the fucking ratings.
So IMDb gave it a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 56%. Metacritic gave it a 61%. And Google users gave it an 87%.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. 87 by the Google users. What'd you give it?
I'm going to give it a 6.1.
Yeah.
A 6.1. I felt like I might have even gotten a little bit lower, but I'm like, okay, first film, all motion captured. You know, I mean, they did a good job. I just felt like there should have been more to the story. There wasn't enough. Like, this whole movie is about the Christmas spirit, you know? And it's cute. It makes you get someone in the Christmas spirit. And, you know, I feel like they do a good job at getting by what they want to get by. But I just felt like there wasn't enough in the script to be like, oh, this is such a crazy script, and these characters went through such a crazy arc or something, you know, like it was pretty simple.
Yeah. It's not a. I wasn't like edge of my seat, like, oh, this is a good movie. Visually spectacular, I thought. Like, it holds up today. I'm like, holy shit, this is really good.
Yeah.
Like, the visuals.
Yeah.
At no point was I like, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
So that's, I'll join you. I'll give it a 6.1.
Look at
I was
that.
I was around 6, but Christmas spirit, I'll give it that 0.1. My buddy and I'll give it the same grade. Yeah, because it's not great. You're not like, this is an amazing movie, but visually it holds up 16 years later? 18 years later?
18 years later.
Yeah, still a visual spectacle.
And I wasn't even going to bring it up, but there was a little fun fact where in the beginning of the movie, he looks through like a pinhole or a keyhole, and we can like literally see the reflection in his eye. You know, for one of the first times really using this technology, especially for the entire film, they do a really good job of getting a lot of little details.
Yeah.
That
It looked like a fucking person.
Yeah.
It's not like an animated movie. Like, it looked like a real person.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I guess since we're, you know, Tom Hanks even did this fucking kid. There was another kid that also did the movements, but Tom Hanks also helped with doing, like, Hero Boy's actual movements. Did you see any Tom Hanks movement in there?
No, is that what he's called? It's called Hero Boy?
Bro, this movie,
Main character?
there's a lot of...
I didn't pick up on any... They don't say any of the names, do they?
Yeah, well, so this
The
is...
parents say his name. They have to.
No, so they don't. And fun little fact, this is like a goof in the movie. They don't name basically any of the main characters besides random kids at another part when they're talking about, you know, like, oh, who's going to get what.
The naughty and nice list?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
And all those kids get names, but all the main characters, none of them. You got Know-It-All, you got Hero Girl, you got Hero Boy.
Know-It-All is...
He's top notch.
Asperger's.
Oh.
Is what? Know-It-All is just autistic kid. Autistic kid number 1 is what we're calling it.
Oh my God, sounds good.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
They won awards?
Oh, David, did they win some fucking awards?
Did they?
Yeah, they got 5 wins and 26 nominations. So I'm going to go over the wins, and then I'll go over a couple special nominations. They won the ASCAP award for top box office films. I got like an echo going on. It's throwing me off a little bit. I'm going to have to fix that.
We'll just quit echoing.
That's a good point.
That's ASCAP.
ASCAP, dude. What am I talking
Won
about?
the ASCAP.
God damn, David. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won the ASCAP award for top box office films. They won the Bambi Award for I'm guessing best film international, Tom Hanks. Right?
Does it say best film international?
It just says film international.
Film international. Tom Hanks. I mean, it can't be best film.
It's got to be.
Winner. It says Bambi on. He won the Bambi Award at the Bambi Awards. Tom Hanks won it. Congrats, Tom Hanks. You earned it.
All right. They won a Grammy for best song written for motion picture, television, or other visual media. And that's the song Believe. What a great song. I love that song. Did you like it, David?
Is that the one that the
When they're at the end of the train?
back of the train?
Yeah. Oh, dude. It's fucking phenomenal.
I like the hot chocolate song more. got me more excited. Yeah, there we go. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song. They won the Jackie Coogan Award. Doesn't even say for what.
For outstanding young.
No, but then this is the next one. So then they won the Special Award for Outstanding Young Ensemble in a New Medium. So I'm guessing that's just like a bunch of the kids that were... Yeah.
Outstanding young ensemble in a new medium. But how many other nominees could there have been for that?
Yeah, right?
How many new mediums were introduced that year?
Probably not much.
Yeah.
That's all it takes sometimes. It's just being the only one.
I feel like so it's the Young Artist Awards. I feel like they just made some shit up. And we're like, let's give all those kids that were on Polar Express.
Just make it feel welcomed.
Yeah. They nominated Oscar, anything like that?
Yeah, they were nominated for the People's Choice Award.
Yeah, so I say, were they nominated for an Oscar or anything like that? You say, yeah, they were nominated for a People's Choice Awards.
No, but they were
by
nominated
the people, you know?
They were nominated for
It's up top, Academy Awards. That's
Yeah.
the best one. Why are we acting like
I know
there's ones better than that?
No, yeah. So
Best
they were
achievement in music, written for motion pictures, original song Believe. Really? You guys are...
song's good, dude.
I also like the... Because that's the way it happens on the Polar Express. I like that song more, too.
Yeah.
Believe was just two kids singing all sexy to each other. that's all Believe was.
All under the Northern Lights, just building that fucking
Best achievement.
moment.
They didn't win Oscar, if I said that. They were nominated.
Yeah.
Best achievement in sound mixing.
Sound editing and music written for motion pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like some visual Academy Awards should have been thrown their way.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah. I don't know how to word it. I don't know what the actual award is. I'm sure it exists.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were nominated, David, for a Golden Schmo Award for Best Animated Movie of the Year. But they were also nominated for a Golden Globe.
Is Golden Schmo... Is that like a joke?
Yeah, yeah. It's got to be. Schmo?
Yeah, so they do... Will you click on it?
I don't even think you...
Yeah, click 2004. That'll bring you to...
Oh, it does. Bring you
Yeah.
right to the Golden Schmoes.
Winner... So just a quick... Scroll up a little bit more. Scroll up. You're really scrolling like crazy, man. Best action sequence of the year. So they have real ones, too. Scroll down a little bit. I'm guessing, because I can't imagine Elevated Train was that bad. Actor of the year, Jamie Foxx for Ray. He might have won an Oscar for Ray. Kill Bill. So they have real ones.
Oh, The Incredibles won the Best Animated Movie. I mean, that makes sense.
They have real ones, and they've got to have fake ones, too, because that's... I think they have worst. I think if they have worst, then the 5-6 King Awards...
Worst movie of the year.
Worst movie ending. I thought it just says of the year. I don't know where I saw the word ending.
Trippiest movie of the year.
Trippiest, worst, Catwoman. Scroll down. What else was nominated for worst movie? What were The Village? Suck It.
The Village.
What were their expectations for Garfield? Where Garfield makes the list, they're like, that was one of the fucking 5 worst movies of the year. Like, I get Catwoman. You were like, it could have been great.
Yeah.
They really shit the bed. Alien vs. Predator could have been great.
Yep.
Yeah. Van
But
Helsing.
Garfield?
Never had the Garfield. They're like, it was the worst.
I can't believe this
has
movie
to be
wasn't
on
better.
that list.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. So they have serious ones. They have fake ones on there.
Yeah.
Good for the Golden Schmoes.
Good for the Golden Schmoes. But yeah, I mean, they had some pretty respectful nominations.
The Stinker's bad movie. Worst. Well, get the fuck out of here. Hot Chocolate was nominated for worst song or performance in a film or its end credits. Hot Chocolate nominee on the Stinker Awards. Hot Chocolate.
And they were also nominated for the worst Christmas movie from the Stinker Awards. So, dude, Stinker's Bad Movie Awards.
Let's click on it. Click on it. See what else they got on that year.
Yeah.
I mean, Stinkers did not care for Polar Express. I mean,
Least speech
special effects.
That is so funny. Most intrusive.
Most painfully unfunny comedy. The winner, White Chicks.
Oh, that's a family favorite.
I hated White Chicks.
I thought
Still do. I hated past tense as if but then I came around. Nah. Awful fucking movie.
Oh, dude. Worst actor, Ben Affleck.
For Jersey Girl, Surviving Christmas. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Worst actress, Halle Berry.
For Catwoman.
She was bad.
Yeah, she was hot, but wasn't, like, think about the 5/6 King Awards. Jessica Alba is one of the most attractive people on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
We nominated her for Worst Actress in the 5/6 King Awards. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All day. All day.
Worst Christmas movie, Christmas with the Cranks. I don't even think I've ever heard of that.
It's Tim Allen and his wife, who is someone I believe kind of famous, recognizable wife. Their kids aren't home, so they're not. They live in a town where Christmas is a big deal. They're like, everyone loves Christmas. You got to put up Frosty the Snowman. It's a big thing. It's got the dude who runs. It's fucking Callahan Auto, dude.
Yeah.
He was on Saturday Night Live. He's in other shit. I'm spacing on his name. Not Chris Farley, if that's all people are probably thinking.
Him.
Yeah, the guy who's fucking. It's whatever. The guy, he's in the movie at the end. And they're like, Tim Allen and his wife, they're like, we're not doing Christmas this year. Our kids aren't here. We're gonna go to fucking Florida. And then last minute, it's like adult kids, and they're like, we're coming for Christmas. And they're like, fuck. So then they're like, oh, we're gonna do fucking Christmas now? It's bullshit.
Yeah, fuck this.
Christmas with the Cranks. It's probably bad. I don't know if I've ever seen it. I just remember that being the premise.
Well, they also won Worst Screenplay.
There we go.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
That
Worse than
movie
Catwoman.
must have really sucked. And Catwoman. I don't think I've ever seen Catwoman. I guess I shouldn't.
Yeah. Worst song or song performance in a film or its end credits. So Garfield, Holla won by the Baha Men. I mean,
I'm sure it's great.
can't imagine. We're strong. That's where we were going here for. Fat Albert. For Fat Albert theme, Gonna Have a Good Time by Kenan Thompson. I mean, I never saw Fat Albert with Kenan Thompson, but I bet it's bad.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Joe and the Dreamers. Some song, Rock and Roll McDonald's on the Super Size Me.
Well,
There
thank
we
God
go.
Hot Chocolate didn't win because it's better.
I'd have been fucking livid if Hot Chocolate won. And I feel like the Stinkers are just racist.
Gotta be. There's no way.
There's no way that they're racist. I think they're just
There's
like,
no way that they're not.
I think they're just like, man, the Baja Men. I don't want them singing songs in my movies. Yeah. All right, guys. For editing purposes, we're going to take a quick break. I feel like this has run its course. For editing purposes, we're going to take a quick break. But stick around, because we're going to dive into the Polar Express. All aboard. All aboard. And we're back.
We're back.
Hey, Derek Jeter. Merry Christmas, but also, fuck
Fuck you, dude.
Fucking bitch.
I hope he gets like a tennis racket underneath his Christmas tree. You know, instead of like a baseball bat. Just something like he's not good at, but it like it deals with swinging something.
Here's the thing. Fuck Derek Jeter. I bet he plays tennis. I bet he's good at tennis.
I hope it's just like he's really bad. But it's very similar to baseball, but he just can't get a grip on it. And he's just letting himself down with every swing.
And then he kills himself.
That's
the hope.
that is a Christmas miracle.
There we go.
Wow.
I don't feel that strongly babysitter. He's a father of like 3, and as a child who grew up without a father, it's hard. So I would never wish that upon anyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bad start, Braden. Bad start to this Christmassy movie.
Dude. So
So you took the notes. Let's go.
all right. Well, I guess the only way to fix this is with some Tom Hanks voiceover.
God damn right.
So guys, Polar Express. We open up with a shot right on this kid. He's sleeping in his bed. It's Christmas Eve. You can feel it in the air, but this kid's got some fucking doubt on his face. Why? Because we hear a little ringle, little bell ringle right off in the corner. And then we hear, on Christmas Eve,
This is the narration.
many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound I was afraid I'd never hear. The ringing bells of Santa's sleigh. So he hears it, looks out the window, doesn't see anything, and then he hears more ringing, and it's coming from down the hall. So he goes down the stairs, and he thinks he sees Santa's fucking shadow, but instead it's just his father. Just his father and his sister.
Little sister, she needed a drink of water. He's taking her down there, getting her some water.
She's got a stuttering problem.
Does she?
Well, it's funny because they end up both doing it, but she stutters, but, and he does it a couple times throughout the film too.
There we go.
So I was like, oh shit, all right, a little stuttering going on in the family. But the sister is just kind of like going off as she's being like brought to bed. He's looking through the keyhole, and back to earlier, we see this close up on his eye. It's very detailed. It's like, wow, dude, look at that eye. I mean,
It's a fucking eye right there.
dude, this digital animation is fucking on point. But the father's like putting the daughter away to bed, and we see it's basically Tom Hanks. Like it sounds like Tom Hanks.
Sounds like Tom Hanks. Looks like Tom Hanks.
Looks like Tom Hanks, and the sister is just like going off about how like there's no way that Santa would have to travel at the speed of light. I mean, and like apparently her brother told him this stuff. So we're coming to find out that the kid that we're looking at, his name is Hero Boy because the writers don't want to name these characters for some reason. He's Hero Boy. That's
Hero Boy.
Yeah, he's Hero
There we
Boy.
go. Hero Boy.
Yeah. And we come to find out that he's got a lot of doubt. He's like wrestling through like papers that he's got like hidden away that talk about like Santa being like
like Mall Santa's going on strike.
and he's just like, oh,
Santa. And then he has a fucking like thesaurus
yeah.
thing, and he goes to a page that says the North Pole, and it says like as if he's never done this before. As if he's always had it. But just right now he's like, wait a minute. He goes, looks at the North Pole, and it says devoid of life. He goes, devoid of life, huh? Wow, how could Santa live there if it's devoid of life?
There's no way. But yeah, so the daughter's put away, and then the parents come and check on him, and he's acting like he's sleeping, and they're just like, oh, well, I mean, he used to stay awake all night. Like, this is crazy that he's sleeping. And then they basically say a line like, well, maybe it's just the end of the magic. So then he like freaks out. Like, it's just they're giving these little pieces here and there of like why this Hero Boy is having doubt about Santa.
And so Dad, he's out like a light. It would take a train to wake him up right now. And Mom's like, yeah, you're right. And as they're walking out, she's like, hey, you go on ahead. I'm gonna hang back for a minute. And she goes in, and then she goes, well, I'm quieter than a freight train. And then she goes in there, and she starts taking off his pajama pants.
Jesus.
And he wakes up, and he's like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, oh, nothing. You were having a nightmare, so I came in here. And he's like, oh, okay. She's like, all right, well, get some rest because it's Christmas tomorrow. He's like, yeah, well. She's like, all right, love you. And then she goes to give him a kiss, and he's kind of like, let's not do that. And then she leaves.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird plays on dreams in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
a lot of twists and turns with that. But he goes to sleep, and like he wakes up to like shit starting to like move, and like shake and rattle, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And all of a sudden we hear, choo-choo! And he like gets up out of bed, he looks out, and sure enough, there's a fucking train in front of his house, which doesn't wake up anyone else. He runs downstairs, he goes out, and then all we hear is, all aboard! You want to hit it? Because he says it twice.
No.
All aboard! And then, dude, we come to find out it's Conductor Hanks.
So another Tom Hanks character.
Another Tom Hanks looks exactly identical to Tom Hanks.
This one is like identical to the point where if you didn't know it was digitally done, you'd be like, why'd they make it look just like Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Like, why they could have made it look like anybody, and they were like, well, let's just make him look like Tom Hanks.
That'd be great because if it actually wasn't Tom Hanks.
Animated, and they were like, oh, just it wasn't Tom Hanks' voice. They just did. Yeah. Great.
Just made him look like Tom Hanks. Like, oh, you don't want to be a part of this movie?
Well, fine. All right. We'll get Robin Williams do the voice. It'll look like Tom Hanks. People won't know what the fuck to think.
Yeah. But the kid just like walks up to him and is just stunned. He's like, what is this train doing in front of my house? And Conductor Hanks is like, you coming? The kid's like, where?
Ooh. Say, you coming?
You coming?
Where?
Well, to the North Pole, of course. This is the Polar Express.
That's exactly. Tom Hanks is even bigger, and
Yeah.
he's louder than that. It's insane.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, no. I don't think so.
Yeah. And like so he's confused. He's like, I don't know what's going on. And then Conductor Hanks is like, all right, well, let's see. Pulls out like a bunch of documents. He's like, okay, no photo with the department store Santa, no letter to Santa, and you made your sister put out the milk and cookies. Sounds like to me this is your crucial year. If I were you, I would think about climbing aboard. Come on.
Just working some curse words with that.
Oh, yeah.
I would get on this fucking train right now, because he gets
like up and personal.
Not as aggressive as Braden's doing, but it's kind of like, ooh, I wanted him to say fuck. Like,
yeah.
If I were you, I'd get my ass on that fucking train right now. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
This is your one fucking shot. Right. Do you understand? and I'm like, wow, damn, this is how Tom Hanks just gets anyone aboard.
And the kid's like, no, I'm not. He like takes a step back. He's like, I'm not getting on the fucking train.
Yeah. So then Tom Hanks is like, all right, well, bye. So he starts to take off, and Hero Boy's like, oh, he's conflicted, and last second he runs, jumps on, grabs it. You know, it's anytime a train is taken off in a movie, you don't get on right away.
Nah, you gotta chase it.
You gotta chase it, and you gotta grab on last second. So he gets on, and the kid walks in, and immediately we got autistic kid just running up to him, just being like, hey, you, yeah, you. Do you know what kind of train this is? And, I mean, he does not stop. Throughout the movie, this kid is sporadic, just random, but he does know it all.
So he,
as his name says,
the kid's not, Hero Boy's not saying anything. There's this little black girl that Hero Boy had like a little moment with. She was just staring at him, and he kept looking at her, and she says, "Of course, it's a magic train." And the kid's like, "Nuh-uh, it's do you have it written down?"
Yeah. No, actually, it's a Baldwin 2A4 S3 class steam locomotive built in 1931 on the Baldwin Locomotive Works. It weighs 456,100 pounds. And then Hero Boy's like, are we really going to the North Pole?
This kid's way over the top. This kid, way fucking over the top.
I mean, we've heard about Peterbilt
347.
Yeah, we've heard about Peterbilt 347s, but we've never heard about Baldwin 2A4 S3 class steam locomotive built in 1931. That's a new one, David.
If you can remember that and bring it up every episode,
I will try.
Go for it.
I'll try my best. I'm gonna
I picked an easier one, but I like this.
I'm gonna get it tatted like right here.
There
so
we go.
Oh, it's actually the locomotive 284. But Hero Girl is just like, yeah, we're going to the North fucking Pole.
She's like, fucking right we are, baby.
And they're like going through the
do it.
town, and know-it-all kids like, oh, there's Herbertsheimers. Come to find out, that's like a real store, I guess, from like the writers.
Germany?
Yeah. from wherever the writer lived. But it was an actual like toy store, Christmas store. And as they're passing by, we see like a Santa robot with like a wind up thing in his back, and Hero Boy is just like, see, shit's fake.
See, that's not really Santa.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts because he's like, see, Santa can't be real. He's got that thing.
Come on, you stupid
He's
kids.
got that thing. Like, come on.
I'm on the Polar Express on my way to North Pole. But look,
Look at that shit.
we're driving
Fuck
through.
you.
We're driving not on tracks through the middle of the streets. But there's no way.
Yeah, look at that fucking bullshit right there.
And guys, it's ticket time.
Tickets, please.
Conductor Hanks comes out and he's asking for the tickets. He grabs the tickets and he is going bonkers with the ticket puncher.
But the one kid doesn't have any tickets, and he goes, "No tickets?" And then he rips off his shirt, and he's got the cum gutters.
Oh my god!
And then he grabs the kid by the neck, and Hero Boy, he has the little black girl by the neck, and he's holding like her as a human shield. Hero Boy's trying to shoot him, but Tom Hanks is so fucking good at the human shield, like he's not.
Yeah,
He doesn't get a spot to shoot. He's like, who gets this good at using human shields?
and now Hero Boy is just devastated because
Yeah.
he's
got nothing.
Yeah.
So he shoots a hole in the window, and then Tom Hanks gets sucked out.
Yeah, he goes
and cut
flying
in
out.
half.
it's
The
a
whole thing, blood
yeah,
everywhere. It's wild.
It's pretty cool. But he punches out BE, for breaking and entering on the ticket. I don't know why.
I like it. It's good. It's good. Keep rolling with it.
And then
BE for breaking and entering.
yeah, on Hero Boy's ticket, and then punches out LE on Know It Alls, and
For
Asperger's or autistic. What are we going? Autistic?
no, I mean, what does LE stand for?
Oh, fuck. Now it's forced. I can't think of it, David.
Learning.
Disability. But that doesn't stand for.
Does disability start with an E?
No, it doesn't.
Learning enabled.
Oh,
Learning enabled we'll go with.
Yeah, learning enabled because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so they stop at another kid's place, and Tom Hanks is verbatim using the exact same.
Why to the North Pole, of course.
Of course, to the North Pole.
Yeah.
This is your most crucial. I mean, we don't see that, but I'm sure he's leaning in, saying something fucked up to this kid.
They're on the other side of the tracks. The kids make a point of calling out. No, autism does.
Yeah,
He makes a point of calling. He's like, "Uh-oh, we're on the other side of the track." So it's a fucking.
this is the poor.
This kid didn't have.
This is Kenny's house.
Yeah, exactly. This kid's got a rough life.
And what's funny is a fun fact about this house was it was like a remake of the writer's home. So I'm like, oh, now I feel bad for the writer. Like his childhood, just
I mean,
not really, but
they called it the other side of that. That house is bigger than the house I grew up in.
no, it's bigger than
So
yeah.
So this writer's a little cunt
but yeah.
for being like, I was the poor kid growing up. Did you go to?
It's a 2-story home.
Yeah, like it's
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, why are we creating this little pity party for
Yeah.
the writer? Like
fuck this guy.
the way the fun fact was like, oh god, he's like,
Feel bad for him.
Yeah,
it was tough.
this is actually where he grew up.
Yeah, that's
That's what his house looked
must
like.
have been rough, huh?
Had like 3,000 square feet.
Yeah, it must have been rough growing up in that nice house.
Jesus. But that kid is skittish as fuck. He's like, I don't want to get on this rape train with Tom Hanks.
Oh, when the first kid got on the train, as he's coming on, you can hear they're like, oh
yeah, we hear-
that's the way it happens on the Polar Express.
Yeah, you do hear that in the background.
Yeah, it's
But-
a fun song.
But I want to call they call this kid the random kid, and then they call him the lonely kid. I'm gonna call him Skywalker, Luke Skywalker. He looks like a baby Luke Skywalker. He's got the bowl cut. His clothes look like Luke Skywalker. I'm gonna call him a little baby Skywalker.
All right, little baby Skywalker.
He is just like, I've been around this before, okay? Yoda used to seduce me and just sexually assault me all the time.
He's like, I'm not getting on the train.
I'm not falling for this again, okay?
I'm not getting on that train.
But then, last minute, he's like, oh, shit, I need to get on that train. He runs after the train, and doesn't get on because he's not fast enough.
He's like running and then he falls in the snow. Like it's worst case scenario for
Yeah.
the kid. It's great.
And Hero Boy is like, oh, this is where my name comes into play. I'm gonna do some hero shit. Somehow finds an emergency brake, pulls it, and all the kids go fucking flying. Basically, everyone dies in the train, but Luke Skywalker's able to come on board.
And then doesn't thank anyone or sit in the car with the people.
Yeah.
He goes to his own. Also, it's not lit. Like there's no
Yeah.
lighting in there.
Yeah.
But it's nicer.
Yeah.
It looks like you get your own big chair because it's a train. Like you're sitting in it looks like a bus.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
They're riding a school bus.
And this back
on a
one
train.
actually looks like a train.
Looks like first class.
Yeah.
Like sitting by himself too.
yeah.
But fuck this kid. Like,
fuck-
oh, I'm a nervous kid. I'm shy. I'm gonna go sit by myself. Fuck you.
Yeah. And dude, Conductor Hanks is pissed. He comes in, he goes, "Who in the blazes applied that emergency brake?" And know-it-all autistic kid immediately rats out Hero Boy. He's like, he did it.
Of course he did.
Of course he did, because he knows it all. And Conductor Hanks is like, "You, in case you didn't know, that cord is for emergency purposes only. And in case you weren't aware, tonight is Christmas Eve. And in case you hadn't noticed, this train is on a very tight schedule. Now, young man, Christmas may not be important to some people, but isn't very important to the rest of us." And then fucking grabs him by the fucking throat, lifts him up and says, "Do you fucking understand me? I will end you." And Hero Boy is just like, this is where the stutter comes in. He goes, but, and then the hero girl's like, he was just trying to. Black girl, yes. David, thank you.
Come on.
Black girl is like,
Can't have hero boy and hero girl.
come on, I know, right? But I love the interracial relationship they're building in this movie.
Absolutely.
Come on, like
Ahead of their time.
this is definitely ahead of their time. But hero girl, black girl is like, come on, like, do you not see the kid in the back of the train? And he's like, I'm sorry, I know. I just start pointing, take an eye out. And Tom
Shouldn't
Hanks.
say that. She said he stopped it for the kid. No, shouldn't say you not see him in the back of the train, Tom Hanks. Do you think he's not on the train?
Yeah.
No, she's like he stopped it for him. That's the one thing. There's a few times because Tom Hanks didn't get to the level of anger and aggression that Braden made it seem like. But there's a few times where it seems like Tom Hanks is about to be really mad and angry at everybody, and then he's just not.
Yeah.
Like there's a few times where you're like, oh, is he about to like really yell at these kids?
Well, it's funny because when he finds out that he was like wrong, he almost gets like not embarrassed, but like almost. He's like, is that sure? Are you right?
It's like, whoa, well, very good then.
Well, let me remind you, we are on a very tight schedule, and I've never been late before, and I'm certainly not going to be late tonight. And then like goes over and then grabs like a microphone or what do you call
Intercom?
this? Intercom. And he's like, "Now everybody take your seats, please." And then says, "Is anyone in need of refreshments?" And all of a sudden, shit breaks out into a musical, and we got David's favorite song, and Conductor Hanks is going crazy. He's like, "Oh, we got it. Hot, hot. Say we got it. Hot, hot. Yo, we got it."
Passengers in need of refreshment.
It's good. Wow, that is hot, hot.
It's a fucking fun song. It's not good by any means. It's fun though. It's got no reason being named worst song in a movie in the fucking stinkers.
It's hot, hot.
Yeah, it has no business being named the worst. It's fun. You guys know me.
David's
You
all
guys
about
know me.
fun.
I love it in a movie when they break out in song. I'm a big fucking fan of it.
Oh yeah.
This is fun. it accomplishes that
Yeah.
in spades. Hot chocolate. Hot, hot. Oh, we got it.
Hot, hot. Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think after that, I think it's a good spot to take a little break.
We got 9 minutes. You need to pee or something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll take a little break.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll be right back. So stick around.
Stick around.
And we're back.
Hi there.
Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, dude.
the girl, during the hot chocolate song, there was shit going on. All the kids are drinking hot chocolate.
Yeah.
The black girl starts hiding hot chocolate. She hides more than one, but we only see one.
Yeah.
And then, like, they bring her, they're like, oh, she didn't get hot chocolate. Let's get her one. And it's, at first, I'm like, what? Why are they making the little black girl so shitty? Why, I thought it was
extra
gonna
hot
be, yeah,
chocolate.
like she's hiding it. She's gonna be like, I never got hot chocolate. You gotta get me hot chocolate. Everyone else got hot chocolate. Where's my hot chocolate?
Let me get that hot chocolate.
But no, you did the black voice.
Oh, my bad.
You came in late. You didn't add much. You just came in. Yo, hey. Let me get that hot chocolate.
It's like a black
Hey,
Scrooge.
yo, let me get that hot chocolate. Let me get that shit, bro.
Hey, one stay in the motherfucking head.
Stay in the head. Yeah, but it's she like hit it, and she's like, I'm gonna bring it to the kid back there by himself.
Yeah.
And you're like, this girl's the fucking best.
Yeah. And Conductor Hanks is like, all right, well, I'll help you. And this is the first, I don't know if this is a mess up or if this is intentional. And I don't want to like get into my theory yet as to why I think it might be intentional. But when she grabs the coffee or the hot chocolate underneath her seat to go bring it to the kid,
Hot.
brings the hot to the kid in the back with Conductor Hanks, we don't see her place her ticket down or like leave the ticket on her seat. And when they leave, we see Hero Boy notices that the ticket is there.
Maybe she was sitting on it the whole time.
That's a good point.
Keep
But
it
when
safe.
the thing is, when she gets up to leave, we don't see it.
Okay.
And then when she's gone and when he looks back, it's now magically there.
There we go.
So he sees it.
Christmas
And he,
magic. It's
Wait,
magic.
and this
It's
part,
magic train.
Yeah, it's a magic train. Makes sense. But he this doesn't make really much sense to me in the writing aspect. The kid thinks like, oh my god, if she goes to the back of the train without her ticket, like she's gonna die or something, you know? And so he goes and grabs the ticket and tries to bring it to her, and they're already like in the back of the train, and he goes from that one part of the train. Oh, and I forgot to say earlier, when they're going through the town, there's 5 parts of this train. So they're in the last, 4th and 5th one, and they go from the 4th to the 5th, and as he's going, he's like, oh, this is not safe at all.
Yeah.
He's like standing on the edge before he's going to cross over, and it's just high wind, high speed. And, what does he do? I saw it coming. I forgot that this happened. I saw it coming. I was like, dude.
Braden saw that shit coming a mile away.
I'm like, dude,
Polar Express. You think you're sneaking shit by Braden Bullard?
No
fucking way.
No way. I was like, I see that ticket. It's going to fly out of his hand. Sure enough, it did. And now he's like, I got to chase after the ticket. As if running through the train was going to do anything.
I mean, it almost did. All right?
But it fucking
it almost did.
But it basically fucking did. This thing goes and like flies over to a window in a different part of the train, and he tries to get it, and he opens the window, and it like flies away.
Yeah.
And it like lands on the ground, and we see a humongous pack of wolves like run over it and knock it into the air.
Here's my
I think we're on the same page right now.
they're watching the train and then start running with it. I'm like,
oh my
are
god.
they gonna get attacked by wolves? So like they're not gonna show kids get slaughtered by wolves in this
Yeah.
movie. But I was like, they're gonna have to deal with these wolves at some point. This is gonna be crazy.
Where is Liam Neeson when you need him?
I mean, fuck Liam Neeson. All right, fuck Liam Neeson. We did not get what we wanted out of that movie. All right. This is the most disappointing movie. I tell people often, I'm like, you ever see the Liam Neeson fucking
been
wolf
more let
movie?
down in your life?
And they're like, no. I'm like, don't ever see it. Can I spoil the ending for you? Because you'll just watch it and be really let down. They're like, sure. I'm like, at the end of the movie, he tapes a fucking knife in his hand, tapes mini glass liquor bottles and breaks them, and he's going to fight the fucking wolf, and then it goes black. And they're like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't see that.
And I was hoping we were going to see that with Conductor Hanks. I was thinking like Conductor
should
Hanks is going to fucking take some metal from the fucking train and just
No, exactly what Liam Neeson did.
Yeah.
No metal from the train.
Yeah,
Knife, little shooter bottles. And he's going to just fucking kill every one of the wolves with it.
Oh, that would have been so fantastic. But we don't see anything
Yeah.
from the wolves again. Just
wolf-
40 wolves run
They
off.
run and they fucking carry the ticket. The ticket goes in the air. A bird grabs it.
Eagle. And then, like, brings it to its eagle's nest, gives it to the baby.
And
the
this
baby
was all real quick. Fucking amazing. Visually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
But visually, this is all you're like, this is fucking nuts looking.
That's one thing that we're going to get to throughout this movie is they do a great job with creating a roller coaster type feel for this movie.
Yeah.
I think that's something that they've fucked up on in real life was not actually making this a roller coaster ride. I don't know, like, the ties between Warner Brothers and, like, Universal or some shit, but fuck, this should be at a Disney theme park. And yeah, not Universal, but, you know, something like Disney. This should be at Disney World. If there's a Polar Express ride and I just don't know about it, I'm going to be pissed off that I haven't been on the on the roller coaster yet. But the eagle gives it to the baby. The baby eats it, spits it up, and it goes flying out this nest, rolls down a mountain, creates an avalanche ball, and then it falls, breaks off another part of the
The
mountain.
new Polar Express roller coaster is set to open on November 10th, 2024, which is exactly 20 years after the Polar Express debuted in theaters.
Woo!
Coming to Disney World.
Let's go!
We going? We getting opening day tickets?
I'm going!
We getting opening day tickets, you
Yes.
and me? All right.
Yes.
Guy, hopefully the 5-6 Kings is making money at that point. And we go on podcast money.
Yeah.
Polar Express, we do a whole thing about it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, man. That would
November 10th, 2024.
be a dream come true. Little behind on the time, though.
I mean,
20 years later is a good anniversary.
20 years to the day.
Yeah.
They're doing it. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm better get some hot. Oh, we got it. Hot. Yeah, we got it.
Hot. But yeah, they're going to be serving that hot.
They fucking better be.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going to raise hell if they ain't serving that hot.
Can you imagine like the middle of the city square, wherever they call, and you're just like, "Where's the fucking hot?" Get the worker. I demand to know. where the hot is.
fist fighting Disney World employees get banned forever over the hot.
Oh my god,
All right.
Jesus!
But the ticket just does a bunch of crazy shit and ends up
back on the train, and it goes through. We see it go underneath the train. It hits some random dude in the face.
Guy just underneath the train sleeping.
He's like in a hammock, and it's like hanging. It's like a perfect little hammock underneath the train.
Yeah,
hits him
good
right in the
setup.
face. He doesn't wake up, and it keeps going, and it goes back like into the train, into the part of the train that they're at too, and ends up in the air vent. And the kid again, Hero Boy, is like, "Oh, I know." Oh, as this is happening, autistic know-it-all kid is like, "Oh, he's bringing her to the back of the train because
No. So Tom Hanks, they get back, and Tom Hanks is like, "Hey, I never punched your ticket."
Oh yeah,
And
that's
then
right.
she goes and looks for it. She's like, "I left it here. It's not here." He's like, "You lost your ticket?"
Yeah, and
Hero
then
Boy's like, "No, I lost it."
I did it.
It's like, "Give her mine." He's like, "These aren't refundable." He's
These,
like,
no, he goes, "These tickets aren't transferable."
yeah. And he's like, "Little girl, you come with me." And then they start walking to the back of the train.
He was like shivering
Yeah.
and just like, you ever been so mad that you're trembling? These aren't transferable? How dare you?
What makes you think you can transfer the tickets?
And he's like, "Young lady, come with me." And he grabs her, and they go to the back of the train. And that's when autistic kid is like, "He's going to throw her off the train. Yeah, he's going to probably throw her right off the platform. It's standard procedure. That way she won't get sucked underneath the wheels. I mean, it may slow the train down a little bit, but they're never going to stop it." And Hero Boy's like, "What fucking train am I on?"
Yeah.
They fucking just throw kids off the train
Like
if they lose their
throwing
ticket.
her off the back.
And know-it-all is for certain. Autistic kid is just like, "No, she's getting thrown the fuck off this train, and there's nothing you could do about it." So Hero Boy, it now back to where I was. It is like trying. It's funny because they go through a full loop. Now we're back at square one because he's going to go pull the brake train to try and stop them from throwing her overboard, and then goes and sees that the ticket's in the air vent, takes 2 steps back out. We're at the same exact spot, which I liked the shot, but then once when I was there again, I was like, oh, there's wasn't much of a point to all that.
All the visual
The
spectacle.
Yeah, the visual spectacle.
That's what that was for.
Yeah.
We got to see the wolves and the eagles and fucking homeless guy.
How do I incorporate wolves?
Incredible, yeah.
How do I get the eagle?
They nailed it.
No, yeah,
They
yeah.
fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
So he runs to the back, and the fucking little sad boy, Kenny Skywalker.
Skywalker, yeah.
Skywalker, he's sitting there. He's like, where'd they go? And the kid's not saying anything. He's like, dude, fucking tell me where they went. This is a big deal.
Yeah, she's going to die.
And he just goes,
And we see
like,
out.
timidly, just like points up.
Yeah, and then he looks up, and we see out the window that there's like a light with a shadow of what seems like Conductor Hanks with the black girl. So he goes up there, and he goes towards the light. Once he gets on top of the train, pretty realistic for this part. I mean, it is just high winds. You can't see shit because there's so much snow blowing right in your face. Like, so as he's walking up towards this light, he doesn't know that that's not Conductor Hanks. Who is it? It's Hobo Hanks.
Yeah.
Ghost Hanks.
it's Tom Hanks, but he's homeless.
Yeah. And
He lives on that train. He's like, I'm the king of the train. I'm the fucking king. He has a fire set up there. He's got a hobo pack.
I love it because the first thing,
Drinking coffee out of a tin can.
yeah, and one of the first things the guy's like, he says something to the kid, and the kid's like, I'm looking for a girl, and ain't we all? Which is just, I don't know. I just think it's
Great.
funny because it's like this guy's like a much older gentleman. Like, aren't we all looking for
He's
some?
not a gentleman.
Yeah, no, I don't know why the fuck I said gentleman. Just an older dude looking for some pussy.
Ain't we all?
Ain't we all? But he's like the kid's like, I got this ticket. I'm trying to bring it to the girl, and he's like, the safest place to put that's in your fucking shoe. I don't lose shit in my shoes.
I put it all in the shoe. I don't need tickets though. I ride this thing for free. I'm the king of this place. I'm the king of the North Pole.
Of the North Pole. So now he's.
And the kid says, isn't Santa the king of the North Pole? He goes, Santa? Hold on. You mean this guy? And he pulls out.
You mean this guy?
He pulls out of his thing. It's the hat, but Santa's severed head is in it.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, me, this fucking guy? And he tosses the head in the fire. He's like, you're not going to worry about that guy anymore.
Yeah, and then takes the fucking hat off Santa's decapitated head. Oh no. Puts it on him, and then just starts mocking Santa as his decapitated head is in front of the child. And he's like, oh, you mean ho 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 ho? Oh,
He's like, what do you want for Christmas, Santa?
you mean that fucking guy? Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, it's dark.
I'm the king of North Pole. But yeah, he's just mocking Santa and mocking the kid, and he's like, well, what, and it puts on like some weird accent. What exactly is your persuasion on the big man, huh? Since you brought him up. And Hero Boy's like,
Did he put on an accent?
yeah, he has some weird accent. And Hero Boy's like, you know, I want to believe, but you don't want to be bamboozled. You don't want to be led down the primrose path. You don't want to be conned or duped. Have your wool pulled over your eyes, hoodwinked. You don't want to be taken for a ride. You don't want to be fucking killed like Santa. Don't ya? And the kid's like, yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That's exactly what I don't want to happen.
And he's like, here, kid, drink some coffee.
Yeah.
Give him some coffee.
Here's some hot Joe. That's what he fucking calls it. Here's some of my hot Joe. Take it. And it looks like it's like black.
He's like, kid, drink the Joe.
Yeah, that's it.
Drink the Joe.
Drink it up. Yeah, sip it. Yeah,
Bad. It's fucking coffee, and he's a child.
And then
And homeless guy isn't making good coffee. It's
And
not
they-
like this is the best coffee I've ever had. Oh my god.
And then the kid drinks it, and he gets drugged, and, you know, he just wakes back up on the train, and we don't know what happened to him as he was drugged.
Yeah. So we don't know that he's drunk. The kid drinks it, and it just makes him tired. Maybe like that's how he reacts to the caffeine. Maybe it's just like he never had it, and his body didn't know what to do, and it just shut down.
Which definitely
so maybe
could
the
be
guy
the
took
situation.
care of him, brought him down there. We don't know what happened while he was asleep.
we
We
don't.
just know that he fell asleep after he drank it.
Yeah. But they get into this little, I don't know, philosophical moment about whether or not you believe, and the hobo got. Oh, my bad. The king of the Polar Express is like
King of the North Pole.
the king of the North Pole is he basically just tells him, like, seeing is believing. Like, you need to see to believe. What do you think about that, David? Do you got to see to believe?
No.
Yeah. Well, then he's like, all right, well, let's go get that fucking girl. And he
That's not what he says. Calls her a skirt.
Oh.
So let's go get that skirt you're looking for.
So he starts to walk off and just like leaves Hero Boy in the dust. And Hero Boy is now having this moment where what they said before, he's like, am I in a dream?
Yeah, he's having a fucking breakdown here. He's like, I'm dreaming. He's pinching himself. He's fucking rubbing snow all over his face, he's like, I gotta be.
I need to wake up.
Yeah.
Let me wake up.
And then the guy comes back.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's like, come on.
Hop on my fucking back. We're gonna ski
Oh,
down.
he comes back. Yeah, he has skis now.
He's like, we're gonna ski down to the front because that's what we fucking do.
What the fuck's going on?
So, and like, it's not a simple ski either. Like that now they're going over, like, it's a roller coaster ride, and Hero Boy almost falls off and grabs onto the ski pole thing, and fucking that dude flips him up, throws him on his back. He's like, all right, now we're going skiing.
All right, skiing, hold on tight.
And they're skiing down. They're going, and it's going on like a roller coaster too. And right before they're about to get decapitated by a fucking mountain,
Yeah, they're going in a tunnel.
the king of the North Pole is like, you gotta jump, and then he jumps last second, ends up in the
Coals.
the coal, the pit of coal. And I swear to God, I thought the moment he hit that pit of coal, I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna enter the fire.
burn alive.
Yeah, he's gonna burn alive. He's gonna slowly make his way coal by coal, just like, get me out of here. And no one on this magic train is listening, and he's just gonna burn to death. But no, he falls out and he looks up, and there's
Because the coal isn't in the fire.
Yeah,
You got to shovel it from there into the thing.
yeah. I'm not as
Also, I don't know if that's how fucking trains really
I was
work.
like,
but that's how this train works.
yeah. I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's how it goes, because I'm not,
You're not a train guy.
yeah, I'm not a train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had to let that be known. But he looks up and there's Black Girl. She's operating the
Dude,
fucking
quit
train.
calling her Black Girl. Wild. That's wild. There's no way that's what her character name is. You're like, oh, she's black. Well, how else am I supposed to remember who she is? She's Black Girl.
Come on,
It's fucking
dude.
insane, dude.
I mean, what do you? Yeah, what else am I supposed to say?
What does it say on IMDb?
Black hero girl.
Doesn't say black. No way it says black. It says hero girl, and you're like, well, black people can't be heroes. Only little white boys can be heroes. Little black girls can't be heroes. She is just Black Girl. You're a fucking psycho, dude.
There's only room.
It's fucking Christmas. Don't say there's only room for one. Because it's race. It's race. It has nothing to do with the number of heroes. There can be more. Did you see the Avengers?
yeah,
There's tons of heroes.
but there's not.
You tell me Captain America's not a hero? You tell me Spider-Man's not a hero? You tell me Iron Man's not a hero? One of them is.
but they're all white.
Spoiler alert. Iron Man's the hero in that one.
Yeah, he's the main hero.
But-
Everyone else is a side hero.
Everyone else, they help.
Yeah.
For sure. Iron Man and Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I can say the tide changes when she shows up.
yeah. I did forget to say, though, not to bring it back to the Polar
To the
Express.
event. Not to bring it back to the movie we're doing.
But yeah, the king of the North Pole got decapitated. I mean, the kid lived.
Yeah.
But we just see him just get severed, like right at the waist. And,
It's bananas.
yeah, a lot of blood.
Sacrifice himself for the kid. What a great king. That's how he goes out, saving
Honorable.
a child's life.
Come on.
It's great.
Yeah.
So Hero Girl.
is operating. It's operating the train. We're like, where the fuck is Conductor Hanks? But we come to find out, we see these two new characters, the people who actually operate the train, the train operators,
Engineers.
the engineers. They're at the front of the train. They're switching out a light bulb.
She said the engineer left me in charge. He had to go fix the light. Or he had to go do something about the light. And then he's just changing a light bulb in the front of the train.
Because that's what engineers do when a train is running. You don't
Absolutely.
stop.
Hell no. He's
Fuck
like,
no.
he's like, I got Hero Girl here.
But as they're changing it,
I got Hero Girl here to run the sticks. I'm gonna go change that light.
yeah, and so you got like this skinny Slim Jim, and then you got the
Fat fuck.
fat fuck. I was gonna go with Humpty Dumpty. Looks like a Humpty Dumpty. I didn't write that down. I just thought of it
Off
just
the
now.
top of the head. Look,
Yeah,
yeah.
look
Yeah.
What a reference.
Yeah.
So he looks out and he sees like a light, like way like miles out. Maybe not miles, but seemed like it. And he's like, "Stop the train!" When I saw the lights, I've been like, "Dude, just fucking run through it. We got the we got the Polar Express. This is a fucking magic train. We're going through anything." And then there's this back and forth between Hero Boy and
I
Hero.
fucking hated this.
Oh,
He calls it stop the train. She's like, oh, we gotta stop the train. Hero Boy goes, well, all right, well, which one is it? And she goes, he told me it's that one. He said, who told you it's that one? And she goes, the engineer. He's like, well, what about this one? What about this red one? It looks like a brake.
because it's red.
And she's like, he said it's that one. He's like, are you sure? She's like, I don't fucking know. This is what he said. And then Hero Boy, he's like conflicted under which one he pull. Am I gonna pull the one that the guy who's in charge of driving the train said is the brake, or am I gonna pull the one that I think looks like it would be a brake? And he's very conflicted by it. And then he pulls the one that the fucking engineer said to pull, and it's correct. It's the fucking brake. Fuck this kid.
Where's
Fuck
know-it-all
this-
when you
fuck
need
this,
him?
Fuck this cocky piece of shit kid who's like, I don't know if the engineer's right on this one, because that's a dead ringer for what I think a train brake would look like.
Well, the thing is, they were building this interracial relationship, and they're like, but we need to make it more dynamic. Let's see who's going to be the bigger hero in this situation. So the Hero Boy was trying to one up, and he's like, fuck, actually, Hero Girl's right. Shit. Oh, yeah, that's right, Black Girl. Yeah. So then they stop it just in time before hitting what is like 1 million caribou. Like, it's just, as far as the eye can see, just caribou. And thinking back, probably would have made it. Probably just could have kept going.
Yeah, but if they get caught in the wheel.
But
and shit like
know it all
that,
said.
and they-
Know it all said. It's not going to. It may slow the train down, but it's not going to stop it.
You won. One human girl,
Yeah,
not
a full-grown
not
caribou.
tons of caribou, tons of like 400-pound beasts.
Makes sense. But Slim Jim is sitting on top of the light, and
Big beard.
yeah, and the caribou starts talking to him, and caribou's and fucking Humpty Dumpty just pulls on Slim Jim's beard.
Tom Hanks does.
Oh, Tom
Humpty
Hanks,
Dumpty
yeah.
was earlier.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Now
right.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
is.
Tom Hanks does it, and the guy goes, "Ow!" Just like a howl, scream, and the caribou understands him, and the caribou goes back, "Raw," which is like, "Oh, dude, are you in pain?" And and then Tom Hanks is like, "Holy shit, they're communicating."
Tom Hanks is just tugging on the guy's beard, and the caribou are like, "Oh yeah, we'll move. Absolutely."
Yeah, absolutely. That's all you needed to say.
Yeah, and then they move out of the way.
Yeah. And this is probably the part that makes the least amount of sense to me in this movie. If I'm forgetting something else, maybe, but I think it's this. Conductor Hanks, Hero Boy, and Girl are just at the literal front of the train underneath the light, and all there is like a pole in front of them. And they start the fucking train up before they get back in the train. So Humpty Dumpty and Slim Jim.
They go back into the engine room to start it,
Yeah.
and Tom Hanks and the children just stay on the front.
And then for some reason, the train is now losing control of being able to like maintain its speed because
The
of
pin's
the
coming
the
out.
pin. One of the pins came out, and Humpty Dumpty and Slim Jim, they're just fucking klutz. They're just so klutzy, and
They
just
can't catch it. Big guy swallows the pin. Train's going on ice, off the rails, going fucking nuts.
So
right
the whole
now.
gravity is like change. Well, not the gravity's not, but they're dropping so fast that they're floating in there, and that's how
Oh,
Humpty
so
Dumpty's.
this is Tom Hanks is like, oh, we're going fast, and it's blah 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 blah
This
blah
is
blah.
Glacier Glutch.
which is the biggest, it's the steepest fucking train tracks in the world, and it's bananas. It's literally like they drop and then they go up. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
The Polar Express, November 10th, 2024, is gonna be sick.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be fucking wild. It's gonna have one of the biggest drops. I mean, it says it right in the film.
It's gonna be very disappointing if they don't deliver on that.
Yeah, and
But also, this is a kids' movie, so they might not deliver on it.
And that's
'cause
what-
it might be made for kids.
that's what's gonna piss me off if they do that. But this thing, the train's going fucking wild, and they cannot get a control on the speed, and it ends up going off the tracks onto another huge patch of fucking ice. But now there's no tracks, so they're just on ice, and they are drifting out of control, and they come to a complete stop, and then the wolves surround the train, and over weeks slowly pick them apart one by one.
Yeah, like they can't go, so they're waiting like that. All they have is hot chocolate.
Oh, that's all they got.
Yeah, they have,
Hot, hot.
They have nothing. Hot, hot. Yeah, we got it. Hot, hot.
Oh, we got it.
So like, it gets to the point where they're like, look, we're gonna freeze to death and starve on this train if we don't try to go. And they try to make it on foot, and they get slaughtered by the wolves. They're kids. It's 3 adults and a bunch of kids. They can't handle the wolves.
Yeah, Conductor Hanks did what Liam Neeson was going to do at the end of he did it right away, but he just got killed.
But
so it was just the kids by
he
themselves.
Took a couple with them. Like, it was nice, but
yeah.
there's
just too many. It was
Yeah.
40 of them.
Yeah, there's 40 wolves. He took like 6 with him.
Humpty Dumpty was next. He got, and that's what really delayed it. So some kids died of starvation because Humpty Dumpty fed like the pack of wolves for like a week.
Yeah.
So they were just sitting there. They ran out of hot chocolate because there's only so much hot that can go around. Oh my God! All right, so they were drifting on the ice. The engineers, fucking Slim Jim Willie, he's got a pin in the back of his hair.
They
Like, we could use this.
and it works.
Yeah, and it works. So they get the train, going. Well, my bad. Another part. Once when the other pin flies out of the fucking Humpty Dumpty's mouth, it falls and it like cracks. It sticks in the ice and like cracks it. A little foreshadowing. Some shit might just go down.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it. But they finally start to get the train back going, and as they're doing it, the ice is starting to break towards them. And dude, Conductor Hanks is on top of the train, and he is guiding this thing as if it's like a sailboat. In what's that movie called? The Perfect Storm?
That is a movie.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but
It's like when George Clooney is like, "Oh, we got to go left, we got to go right, we got to."
You're thinking of Ocean's 11.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. But yeah, Conductor Hanks, he's going crazy. Get us the blazes out of here. Turn this sled around. And so they do. And as they're trying to, there's like this small it's like a corridor right between the mountains of ice. It's like huge mountains of ice, and there's just this one track that they can get back on, but until then, it's just ice. So they're like drifting back and forth.
Is that a valley?
What? Where the
that-
tracks are?
Yeah, that
wouldn't
section between the two mountains. What's that called?
I don't think it's a valley. A valley would be more like open, like a plain, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Keep
Like
talking, I'll find it.
No, yeah. So, what? And dude, I love the call out because this is life or death. Like they're about to fall, and let's say there's like 30 kids on this train. They go through the ice. They're all dying within minutes because the ice is freezing. It's freezing temperature. And Tom Hanks is, he seems a little skittish on top of the train, but he's also having a ball because he's not just being like, "Oh, you got to go left. Oh, you got to go right." He's like, "Hang a Louie. Toss a Richie." Like he's making ridiculous calls for left and rights. Like, what if Humpty Dumpty doesn't know what hang a Louie or toss a Richie means? I guess you just gotta guess. You
Just
know,
gotta guess.
You just gotta guess.
Guess
but they're going.
Guess what it's called? You're not gonna get. It's as simple of a name as you can call it.
Alley.
No.
Fuck.
Just gap.
Gap.
just a gap.
It's just a gap.
That's the name.
That makes sense.
It does. It's fucking spot on.
Yeah,
it's exactly
it's
what
a
it
gap between the ice with a train track.
is. Yeah.
And And then like literally as the train is falling through the ice, the last second they get onto the tracks, and there's just enough power in this magic train just to keep them going, and they all live. Look
There
at
we
that.
go.
And all the wolves die. We see them still chasing, and they just fall in
They're
the
drowning in the water. It's bad.
Yeah, now you feel bad for the
You
wolves.
hear them like,
And, yeah, it like fades as like the train goes off. You're like, man, that is sad.
dark.
Yeah, a lot of dark things in this movie.
So this is a good spot.
Yeah, this
For
is a good
editing
spot.
purpose, we're going to take a quick break, guys. But you won't even notice. So stick around, because we'll be right back.
That's right.
And we're back.
Hi there.
Hey, Derek Cheater. Fuck you.
Guys. Oh my God, David. Oh my God. All right, so we're back. We're back at the Polar Express. Guys, we made it on the fucking tracks. Everything's going fucking smooth. Conductor Hanks is just giving that hot to everyone. Hot. Yeah. But they're back on the tracks. So, you know, Conductor Hanks is helping that hero boy girl, you know, get back on the train. And Conductor Hanks is like, and this kind of like sums up the interaction that we had with like the hobo guy in a way. Not like fully, but like the conversation that they had. So Conductor Hanks is like, you know, it's mighty slick, mighty slick, I tell you. You know, what did I tell you? Years ago on my first Christmas Eve run, I was up on the roof making my rounds when I slipped on the ice myself. I reached out for a hand, but it broke off. I slid and fell, and yet I did not fall off this train. So then, like, hero girl is like, oh, well, someone saved you? And he's like, or something. So then hero boy's like a fucking angel, dude? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So we didn't say. When the train was going crazy earlier, little black hero girl, she was falling off. Tom Hanks caught her, and then Tom Hanks was falling off.
Oh, yeah.
Little white hero boy grabs Tom Hanks, and he's going off, and then hobo grabs him.
Yeah.
And he looks back, and the hobo just goes, shh, and then he gets everyone on, and then the guy, like Thanos snap, disappears.
Yeah.
Like, exactly like that. Like, just...
Which is weird that Conductor Hanks didn't question it this time, just thought, oh, the boy pulled me up. But
He's like, good job, boy.
yeah, but Conductor Hanks is telling, like, you know, in the past, this has happened to him, too, by something. We don't know. Maybe it's an angel. So Hero Boy's like, well, did you see him? Because I fucking saw him, dude. And he's like, no, but sometimes seeing is believing. And sometimes the most real things in the world are the things we can't see. Wow. Doesn't that just make you believe in Santa now?
Absolutely.
But as they're like going back into the train, they go through a part of the train that is just filled with old toys. Hero Girl can't believe it. She's like, it just makes me want to cry looking at toys in this condition. And
It's old toys that they're going to recycle.
yeah, they call it re-bicycling.
It's bisexual recycling.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, like, somehow, some way, Hero Boy gets kind of like left behind.
Keeps coming up with funky ass shit like every single day.
Damn straight. I don't know what you're referencing, but
Song Gin and Juice.
Oh,
by
Gin and-
Snoop Doggy Dogg.
how the fuck could I not
With
know?
so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being Snoop D-O-double-G. But I, somehow, some way, keep coming up with funky ass shit like every single day.
Damn. That was nice.
I mean, Snoop did it.
That was hot.
His
hot.
words. Hot, hot. Oh, we got it. Hot, hot.
Ah, we got it. All right. So Hero Boy gets left behind with all the fucking scary, dirty, bad toys. And funny enough, he runs into a Scrooge toy that says to him, like, you're just like me, my friend. A Scrooge. A doubter. You don't believe. And
It's a Scrooge, like, marionette, like, fucking puppet.
he's getting scared. And then Hero Boy looks up and he sees that it's the King of the North Pole. He's still alive.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
still alive.
Yeah, he saved him up on the front.
Yeah.
He's just fucking all over the place.
Yeah, but he's just basically mocking him like, you're just like me. You're just like me. We doubt.
You're homeless on a train.
Yes. But you know, he gets scared. He goes back to where the other kids are and know it all once again. I mean, I love this kid, the autistic kid. He runs up, he goes, "Hey, you missed it. We rode down some really sharp hills and then we were on what looked like a frozen lake, but I know it was just an optical illusion because caused by moonlight atmosphere. He said the train was on ice, but I said that's impossible." Like he talks faster than that. I'm trying to stay at the pace of where this kid talks, and it's faster. But dude, does this part get magical? So hero boy and girl, they go to the back of the train because they start to hear Luke Skywalker singing to himself. I'm gonna sing Luke Skywalker's part, and you sing hero girls. I'm not gonna sing any of this fucking shit. You don't wanna partake?
Nah, I don't know the words of this one.
I got it. It's right here.
This one sucks.
It's really good, though. I'm wishing on a star and trying to believe that even though it's far, he'll find me Christmas Eve. I guess that Santa's busy 'cause he never comes around. I think of him when Christmas comes to town.
So then hero girl like steps out onto the back platform and goes, quit scrolling. The best time of the year when everyone comes home with all this Christmas cheer. It's hard to be alone, putting up the Christmas tree with friends who come around. It's so much fun when Christmas comes to town.
Keep going.
Oh, there's a space. Okay.
Yeah,
it's
more.
still just her.
Yeah.
Presents wrapped for the children, wrapped in red and green.
All the things I've heard about, but never really
It's just him. I'm fucking this up.
Don't worry. We got it. We're still on.
At some point, they sing together. No one will be sleeping on the night of Christmas Eve.
Hoping Santa's on his way.
When Santa's sleigh bells ring,
I listen all around.
the herald angels sing.
I never hear a sound.
All of the dreaming children,
Once lost will all be found.
that's all I want when Christmas comes to town. That's all I want when Christmas comes to town.
Wow.
All right, you put nice.
Nice. Now they see some dope Northern Lights, and Conductor Hanks tells them that they just passed the Arctic Circle, and if you look out to your left, that's the North Pole.
What? Let's go.
Let's go. And then all of a sudden,
That's the way it happens on the Polar Express.
Whoa, whoa, the whistles blow. That's the sound of her singing. Ding, ding, the bell will ring. Golly, look at her go. You wonder if you'll get there soon. Anybody's guess. Because that's the way things happen on the Polar Express.
I did not know you had it written down there, and I thought you just knew all of the song. And I was like, oh, Braden's fucking crushing it right now. Holy shit.
David, that song is great.
It is.
But
Not as good as that fucking duet. With all the sexual attention.
so much sexual attention, dude. But the train is like going through the town, and Conductor Hanks, he steps out like on the back of one of the parts of the train, and he's like, man, we got. Oh my God, it's the North Pole. We got here with 5 minutes to spare. Oh God, look at the North Pole. Oh God, he starts crying a little bit, tearing up. It's. Have you guys ever seen The Train Dude? Have you ever seen The Train Dude? Have you ever seen The Train Dude? If you got to know what I'm talking about, the YouTube with the train dude.
Where he's going crazy about the type of train.
Oh my
and
God!
he's
Look at
like,
that train, and it honk. Oh God! Listen to that sound.
He knows the kind of train. He's like, oh my God, guys, it's a Baldwin, whatever the fuck.
It's a 387 S3 class locomotive.
Guys, great.
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't mention this. Hero Boy's clock stopped at 11:55 in his bedroom
Yes.
before the train came.
Yes.
And they needed to get to the North Pole before midnight.
Yeah, so,
And they made it with 5 minutes to spare.
well, Tom Hanks says, oh, we made it with 5 minutes to spare. And,
So time has not moved outside of the Polar Express.
yes. And when they get out, Tom Hanks tells him, all right, even numbered on the right, odd numbers on the left, and then says it's 5 minutes till midnight. And then Autistic Know-It-All kid comes up, he goes, hey, what gives? It was 5 minutes till midnight 4 minutes ago. And Conductor Hanks is like, exactly. So my mind first went to, oh my God, the Polar Express controls time. And then I was like, or he just, planned it to get there with 5 minutes, planned to get there 10 minutes before, but really that's 5 minutes to spare because he wants to get there 5 minutes before 5 minutes till midnight.
I think it's the first one.
Oh, yeah, it just
The other one.
Polar Express just controls time. And
Well, we saw that it was 5 minutes till midnight. This is like an hour and 10 minutes into the movie. And it's still 5 minutes to midnight.
yeah. Yeah, so obviously,
They control time.
they control time.
And the police.
Yeah. And gravity.
And the ocean.
And wolves.
Eagles.
And hot, hot.
Hot, hot. Oh, we got it. Hot, hot. Yeah, we got it.
Hot, hot. All right. So as they're like entering the town too, all the kids are like, "Where the fuck are the elves, dude? Like, look, everything's empty. Where the fuck are the elves?"
It looks like just like an old European city.
Yeah.
That's what you feel like.
Well-
You feel like it's World War II era fucking France.
So the Polar Express town, or the Polar Express, there's a train that it's kind of modeled after, and like where that train resides, I don't know where, I fucking forget, but they made the town off the same type of like architecture as the train station where they modeled the Polar Express after.
Okay.
So it was like they used
Probably wherever that fucking poor writer of the movie with his fucking poor
2-story,
broken home.
3,000
He
square
only
feet
had-
house. Yeah.
He only had 3 bathrooms.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
God.
growing up in that house?
Jesus. And so as we're still entering the town, we start to see all the elves going to the city square, and they are limber as fuck. I mean, they're all doing like somersaults and backflips.
I mean, elves always are.
They're going crazy, dude. Just they're so hyped for Christmas. I want to be an elf. I want to be 3 feet tall, and I want to somersault all day like it's nobody's business because they weren't getting tired.
I don't.
No?
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it's like, if you're an elf, I don't imagine you're going to be fucking normal-sized people. And, midgets just don't do it for me.
Oh,
You know?
that's a really good point.
Sexually, it's tough.
I wonder how that would be. Now I'm going on like some conflicted thought process of like what it would be like to,
Empowering.
right? You just feel so much bigger.
You just fucking physically dominate them.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want it to happen, it's going to happen.
It'd probably be the one time in your life where you feel like a giant.
Oh, dude.
That's hot.
Dude,
That's
it's-
hot.
You know what? I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
But Hero Girl's like sees that Luke Skywalker doesn't want to get off the train for some reason.
Kid sucks.
And Conductor Hanks is like, dude, what the fuck you want me to do about it? Okay, it's not a requirement to see Santa. I bring you all the way to the North Pole. If you don't want to get the fuck off the train, that's your fault. That's his prerogative. Let him do what he wants. Fucking Hero Girl. So Hero Girl and boy, they go to the fucking back. They're like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm Luke Skywalker. Nothing ever works out for me.
He says,
I don't know how to use the Force.
She's like, come on, you gotta come meet Santa. He goes, Christmas never works out for me. Never really works out for me. And like, she says a bunch of shit and all this stuff, and he just goes, like a bunch of like convincing stuff, and he just goes, yeah, Christmas never really works out for me. He just repeats it. Like, fuck this kid.
Hero Boy's like,
He stared at her face while she said that. He listened to a fucking word she said. He just stared at the front of her face and
like,
then
"No, you don't get
repeated
it."
himself. He's like, yeah, I get that, but Christmas just never really works out for me.
have you seen my house?
Yeah,
it's
it's
only
only-
3,000 square feet.
Yeah. It's embarrassing. All right.
And then Hero Boy's like, dude, listen, all right? Maybe it doesn't fucking work out. I don't know if it's going to work out. But why the fuck are you sitting on this train after we just rode a half a world to this?
No time. You keep looking like they'll watch. Took them no time to get there.
That's right.
They just rode.
Just took them no time. Time does not move when you're on the Polar Express.
Because that's the way it happens on the Polar Express.
So fun fact, this writer also worked on Back to the Future, and there's little like callbacks to Back to the Future, but the biggest one is
Lonely boy just talks about how he's trying to fuck his mom.
yeah. And
Like a younger version, so it's fun.
but Conductor Hanks wants to see it, so he brought him on board.
He's like, yeah, you're gonna go back. You're gonna go back in time and fuck your mom in high school. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. And and there is what do they call it? It's not a conductor, but it might be a conductor. It's called something that is the exact thing that was in the time machine for the Back of the Future car that allows them to like try and
Flux capacitor.
that's exactly what the flux capacitor in the back of like one of the in like the train behind like the kids, like you see it pretty quickly, but if you zoom in on it, it looks like identical to a flux capacitor from
There we go.
Back to the Future. So maybe the Polar Express does control time. Maybe it travels through time. We don't know.
It does.
It does. But yeah,
do
they
know.
basically told the kid like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Let's go. Come on. So what I didn't say that we also see as the kids get onto the train is as he's stepping up, he doesn't step on the fucking step. He steps up on like another pin that's holding the trains together and just like knocks it loose because pins that connect trains are just fragile like that.
Yeah.
So the pin comes out, and as they're talking, like,
They're-
all right, let's get off the train, and the train just starts going in reverse and like, oh, fuck. And they once again go on another roller coaster ride through
They're
the
like,
town.
oh, we're gonna be fine, and then it like cuts to a different way and goes down a steep thing. They're like, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this might not be good. So they end up. I don't even know what to call this. They end up on like a multi train track circle thing that could go into like any other track. Like as if this train it's like ended back on a track and ended up in this random building that can go to any fucking track. There's like 10 tracks surrounding it, and they get off in the middle. I'm thinking the whole time, oh my God, there's going to be another oncoming train, and they're just going to get wiped out.
I was thinking the wolves were coming back.
Oh. Just from like every track, like they all
Yeah.
just...
They've been
circle
following
them.
the train. They've been stalking them,
Yeah,
and here we go.
yeah.
They
So-
isolated 3 children. Done.
Done. So they get out of that part of the train, and they start exploring the city, like walking through the city, and Hero Girl and Luke Skywalker, they start to hear like a song coming from somewhere, so they follow it, and they brings them to the rapping hall.
Here's the Hero Boy and Luke Skywalker hear it, or Hero Girl and Luke Skywalker hear it. Hero Boy does not hear it.
Yeah, and he's concerned. He's
And
like,
he's
"Why
like,
the
what do
fuck
you mean?
don't I hear
He's
it?"
like, yeah, why don't I hear the music?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and this plays in part.
It's walking in a winter wonderland.
Yeah.
In the meadow, we can hear the snowman
Build us, Jesus.
and pretend that he is super
Mm.
We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kid is knocking down.
Yeah. I don't know this fucking words. I've only
sorry.
heard it my whole life. So then the rapping hall, and the kids are like sneaking around, and we see a buzzer go off that says naughty. And we hear Elf General, which has to be Joe Pesci. This has got to be Joe Pesci. We got a troublemaker now. Just what we need. Things aren't bad enough. What's this 20? Which is like a funny way to be like. And we see a jumbotron of like all of the kids in the world all have like a fucking video on them.
And here's the thing about the Jumbotron. It was not like digital animation like the rest of this movie is. It was just real children.
Yeah,
Odd choice.
pretty odd.
Odd choice. Do digital animation. They're just real children sleeping. And then one of them saying, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it.
Yeah, yeah. And what's funny is, which didn't we say this before? Yeah, those
The
kids.
N-word? I didn't. You did.
I,
Yeah,
well-
you were aggressively saying it.
what's funny to bring it up again? All those kids have names, but the main characters don't.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, what kid is this? Oh, it's Steven. But we're going to call
Steven
this
from
kid
Michigan.
Hero Boy the entire fucking time.
Yeah.
So yeah, the kid's like, I didn't do it. So the elf general, Joe Pesci, is like, all right, it's fucking Christmas, all right? So we'll cut the kid a break, but put him on the check twice list for next year, all right? All right, let's shut it down. It's the end of the year. Good job, everyone.
He's like, we just wrapped the last present. We're not gonna. Let's just give him his shit tomorrow. Right?
Now let's take
fucking over it.
Let's take the pneumatic. Let's take the fucking pneumatic. That shit's fast as fuck. Time is fucking money. He's like literally, he's like talking like that.
He doesn't say fuck, but he's
He's like, time's fucking money.
But
Let's-
here's the thing: he should say fuck the way he's talking to everybody.
yeah. He's like, get on the pneumatic. We got time's money, eh?
They're like, we gonna take the pneumatic? He's like, yeah, we're gonna take the fucking pneumatic. All right.
The fuck you think?
What are we gonna fucking walk? Let's go.
God, it's 5 minutes
We're
till
on a
midnight.
Fucking schedule. Get in.
So the kids follow them because it's like a shuttle, so it's just like one at a time.
It's a pneumatic. They know what it is.
Yeah, it's a pneumatic. So
Everyone knows what that is.
I had to look it up. I was like, oh, it's something that runs on fucking through wormholes apparently, because the kids get in it and they literally go through like, what is a wormhole? At first it's like, oh, we're going through a tunnel, and then it just like is a wormhole. And you're like, holy shit, they're traveling at the speed of light. So then they end up in the wrapping room facility, or at least that's what I fucking called it, because I don't know where we're at. We're at like what
That's
is
what
like
you
a
can call it, whatever.
It's a conveyor belt. It's like a ginormous room facility with like all these conveyor belts that have arrows pointing in one direction. And sure enough, the kid's like, I think we should follow the arrows. So now this is turning into like, what's the movie with the yellow brick fucking road?
Oh, it's Wizard of Oz. But there was a point because little white hero boy asked little black hero girl. This is the third time he asked her it. The first time he asked her, she like kind of froze when he said, "Are you sure?" And then before, when they were going into where the elves were, he's like, "I think we should go here." He's like, "You sure?" And she looks at him and goes, "Yeah, I'm fucking sure." All right, quit asking me that shit. Do you have any idea how patronizing it is for you to just keep asking me that? Like, oh, you sure? You sure? I don't know. You better think this. Like, fuck you, all right?
Yeah.
We're going.
Yeah. Skywalker's like, dude, I know the Force.
Yeah, we're fucking fine.
Come on.
You can stay. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to get me a little chocolate drop in the next room
Oh my God.
so you can stay back here if you want.
Jesus. Give me that hot.
Yeah, I'm going to get some real hot.
But they follow it, and Luke Skywalker, because of the Force, he finds his own present, and that just takes him on another roller coaster ride. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but before you know it, they're going down.
It's like a slide where
Goes through
the
a
presents to where they need to go.
What's the ride from the Rapids where it goes into like a funnel? It's like that.
You talking the toilet ride? You talking Big Thunder?
I'm talking Big Thunder.
You talking Black Thunder, which is Big Thunder, but indoors.
Oh,
I guess
shit.
not indoors, just enclosed.
So I'm guessing Black Thunder.
Black Thunder?
Yeah, it's Black Thunder.
Yeah.
But they go through the funnel, and it
When was the
drops.
last time you went to the Rapids?
It's been a while, dude. Too long.
Let's go to the Rapids.
We need to.
Yeah, I love that place.
I do. I miss it. But they fall down the funnel and come to.
They got rid of. We're not moving on. We're not moving on.
okay.
They got rid of the yellow mat slides.
No fucking way.
Why are you upset about that?
I love those.
It's fucking nostalgia.
You race the other people.
Yeah, so they have a new one.
I'm like looking over the edge, like, am I beating them?
They have a new one that's better.
Ooh.
It's over on the other side of the park where you have a mat and you can dive head first down the slide thing on the mat and you race down there.
I like that.
And they're gonna get rid of it and they're putting something, but they're like, we're gonna put something good there. It's basically what they said because someone bought Six Flags owns it now.
Really?
No, we're gonna put something good there. Why are we keeping the shitty ride that you've when you guys first put it there? Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Now who gives a fuck? People were like, "This is bullshit." Getting rid of the yellow mat slides. You can like grow the fuck up. All right, they're gonna put a better ride there. It's gonna be great.
When? Do you know when?
No, I don't know when.
I was gonna say we should be there.
How
Opening day.
how up on fucking water park stuff do you think I am?
Opening day Polar Express ride. Opening day New Rapids ride.
There we go. Probably they're closed right now. I have to imagine. Normally
Yeah.
closed during the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably like opening spring break. Maybe I don't know. Maybe summer.
Great time to work on it right now.
Maybe summer. Maybe next year.
Who knows?
Who's to say?
But they fall through that funnel into what we find out is all of Santa's presents. It's like the before the bag is zipped up, but it's the bag of presents that they fall into, like a giant mountain of them. Yeah, and they're looking through their presents. Fucking Hero Boy can't find his. He's all upset because he can't find that hot. And they then start to like lift up the bag, and it closes them in, and it tightens them to the point to where they die of
Suffocation.
Suffocation,
They
and-
can't
yeah.
get air. And
Yeah.
they're like trying to breathe.
The-
and
yeah.
The bag's sucking up against asphyxiation.
asphyxiation.
It's like sucking up onto their face, and they can't breathe. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So then it just like brings them through the town as they're dying, like it's flying them through the air as they're just like suffocating, dying. And when it brings it down, you know, the elves, they get on top of the bag and they go to tighten it up, and they just see these dead kids in there, and they just tighten it up anyway.
Yeah,
They're like,
so-
Santa will deal with it
yeah.
on the
Like,
way.
he'll fucking dump it. We're not gonna ruin. We got a
Yeah.
whole thing. We got.
Everyone's watching. We can't just like bring out dead kids out of the fucking Santa's sleigh. Like-
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
We gotta just
exactly.
move on.
But no, the kids actually live, and once they get brought to the city square, the elves they jump on top, and Luke Skywalker is getting pulled down by Yoda. Yoda's in this fucking film. He's like, I've been following your force key, and I'm somehow here. No, it's fucking know-it-all. Know-it-all fucking knows it all. So he knows where the fucking gifts are. And he went, instead of on the top, he went through the bottom and tried to like crawl his way up, which I'm surprised he didn't die. Because he was in the thick of it. But he's like holding on to Luke Skywalker's foot, and like at first is dragging Luke Skywalker down. Luke Skywalker's like, no, not me. And they're like helping him, and they bring him back up, and then it's know-it-all. And they're like, oh, dude, what the fuck, dude? They're all pissed just because it's that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I fucking
sucks.
I hate this kid.
And he's like, I was trying to find my presents, but I only found one box, and it was fucking underwear.
Yeah, that was yeah. I like that line. I was like, yeah, fuck that kid.
Yeah,
That's what
fuck
you
him.
get.
Yeah.
But the elves, they get on top. They notice that there are kids in there, and
They're like, we knew you were there the whole time. Let's go.
And this is like the Shane McMahon thing where they just get thrown off a 100-foot fucking platform and survive.
Yeah.
It's 100
Absolutely.
feet. 100 feet, right?
130.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're fine.
Yeah.
Because elves are just like, oh, here you go, and pushes them
You
down.
can't get hurt on the North Pole.
That's a good point.
All right?
That's a good point. But it was a high drop. I was like, okay,
Yeah, it was big.
pretty big. But the kids make it down. They're all good.
Tom Hanks catches him. He's like, good to see you again.
Oh, I
Oh.
fucking knew you guys. were
Welcome
there.
back. We're looking for you.
Oh, dude. So right before this, we see Tom Hanks like in the city square, and he's like checking his timer, which it's not like a normal clock. So obviously it shows that the Polar Express, he dictates the timing of the Polar Express, because it's like, are we on time? Are we good to go? Is this that? Like it's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just like, oh, I'm good. Yeah.
He's like, fucking on time. It's beautiful.
As he's checking that, at exactly 1 hour, 6 minutes, and 30 seconds, conductor Hanks squeaks out a fart. I replayed it like 10 times. It's without a doubt a fart. Well, we'll have to like clip it in. I swear to
Really?
God. I swear to God. It's like it's like more squeaky than that, but it's like, because there's nothing else that's going on in the scene where it's like, what does that noise come from? He's just staring at the watch, and it's like, bloop. It's like a squeak.
He's like, I got a minute. I've been holding this in. Here we go.
And what I really hope it is that he might have maybe said something, okay, like maybe just like one line while he's checking the clock, and as Tom Hanks was actually saying that line, he just squeaked out a little fart, and they just never fucking
Like actual Tom Hanks.
yeah,
did?
like in the booth, and they just somehow never picked up on it, and it just made the cut. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And now every time Tom Hanks watches, he's like, that's
He's like, I farted.
That's
No,
my hot.
That's my hot.
But guys, you got to. I'll try to clip it in or something, because it's a fart.
Yeah, well, I mean, we probably won't clip it in because we're recording this.
1 hour, 6 minutes, and 30
Go
seconds.
watch it. Yeah, we're recording. We have to upload this immediately after recording
Yeah,
to
that's a
get
good
it up today, so it won't be clipped in. And guys, speaking of which, for editing purposes, we're gonna take a quick break, but you won't even know. So stick around.
Stick around.
And we're back.
We're back!
Hey, Derek Jeter. Fuck you.
David, I think it's time to wrap this movie up and put a bow on it. Boom! Did you like that one? I thought of it myself.
Yeah, that was real good.
Thanks.
That was real good.
Thank you. So, guys,
Merry Christmas, Brady.
Thanks, David. So guys, it's time. I mean, we're in the city square in the North Pole.
The elves are all going fucking nuts. They're going wild, and then like it gets quiet, and they start going. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Like they're fucking getting amped.
Wild.
It's insane because the elves, they work for this motherfucker all year.
You see him all
And
the
they're
time.
going bananas. Like, here we go. Here we fucking go. And then the fucking, like, and he's drinking up all of it. Like, the door kicks open.
And he's just like, hello!
But like, it kicks open. We see his larger-than-life shadow.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd goes even crazier. He slowly walks out. It's fucking insane.
Dude, the elves are one of my favorite part, and we don't get a close-up on one elf. Like, they are fucking going, there's elves on elves' shoulders. The elves are getting thrown in the air.
Going insane for Santa's arrival. Hero Boy keeps, I can't see him.
I go,
But here's the thing. He sees him.
yeah.
We see him as he's saying, I can't see him.
Yeah.
And it's from his vantage point.
Yeah, there's some people in the way, but you could see him.
Yeah.
This is like a Beyonce concert. Like, you're not going to get the best view of her.
You're not fucking getting in there and being like, hey, Beyonce, how you doing?
But,
Like, you get to interact with Beyonce.
but you know she's on stage.
Yeah.
You know someone's performing.
Yeah.
You see the hips don't lie.
It's a Shakira song.
Yeah.
Beyonce is one of the most famous and successful recording artists of all time.
But
And you picked a Shakira song.
well, it is a Shakira song. But Beyonce's hips, they don't lie.
Yeah, but fuck you. Come prepare. This was all your idea, doing the Beyonce thing.
I saw her in concert and the hips don't lie.
Did you see her in
I
concert?
swear to God. I was front row.
Incredible.
It was actually amazing.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Coachella, baby.
I don't listen to Beyonce.
Oh, dude.
But that's not a knock on Beyonce. I get that she's amazing.
So I wouldn't say it's like, my favorite, because like my favorite concert of all time, because, I'm not like a huge Beyonce fan.
What's your favorite concert of all time?
Probably the Kid Cudi with Kanye West.
Okay.
It was fucking awesome.
Sounds great.
But when it came to the performance, it was the best performance I've ever seen.
I saw Kid play.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Greatest of all time.
But she had an entire an entire orchestra, like a bunch of people like in a literal stand, like hundreds of people singing with her, and then also like all these dancers. Like the show in itself was by far the most performative, the most just crazy show I've ever seen. I mean, it was bonkers.
I bet that's Queen Bee.
Yeah,
That's Queen Bee.
she had to do it big for Coachella.
She didn't have to.
She didn't have to.
She can show up.
She was the main act, though.
Yeah, but she could show up.
Yeah, she could
And
show
she's like, I'm putting on a fucking show.
Yeah, and there was a documentary that was made about it, I think on Netflix or some shit, about that show at Coachella, because it took like, I think over a year for her to literally prepare, because they do it back-to-back weekends, so it's like you have to do it twice. Yeah, and man, knocked it out the park. So Beyonce, if you're watching this, I'm a fan.
You know what's great? When they started the Okeechobee Music Festival,
It's fun.
they said, have you been?
Yeah, I've been 2 years.
They said they're like, we're going to have a lineup that's just as good, if not better than Coachella. And then opening year, like fucking Meghan Trainor was the headline. Like someone like that.
It was good. The opening year,
It was
they had-
not the same year. The same year it came out, like Coachella's headlines were Beyonce one night and Elton John the other night.
Yeah,
And
No,
then Okeechobee was like, we got.
well, they had a lot of great performers. I mean, I remember seeing Big Sean, Logic.
Think about what you just said though. I saw Big Sean at the small stage at Sunfest. Like that's not rivaling Coachella.
Lil Dicky.
Get the fuck out of our face, Okeechobee Music Festival. Braden's like, I saw Beyonce and she had a fucking orchestra with her. And then he's like, yeah, no, but I went and I saw Big Sean
The first 2
at
years,
Okeechobee.
The first 2 years, Okeechobee, I wouldn't say was
You know what Big
as
Sean did
crazy as
at
Coachella.
Sunfest when I saw him, which was the greatest thing I've ever seen done at a concert in my entire life.
I can't think of it.
Mid-song, He was playing, I think, Let That Shit Burn. And he stops mid-song, goes, hey, yo, hold up. And then a guy comes out holding the tray. Big Sean takes off his chain, puts it on the tray, takes off his watch, puts it on the tray. There's a new watch, puts it on, new chain, puts it on. Then he goes, all right, we good. And then the song starts back up. I'm like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. That is the greatest thing I've ever fucking
He
seen
wasn't
in my
feeling
life.
the chain and the watch.
Mid-song. So it was prepared.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They knew what, all right, hold up. They knew exactly what that
There's
meant.
just some dude
Guy
like, oh shit, that's my
comes
time.
out
That's
with
my
the
cue.
tray. Fucking amazing.
That is pretty
It's
dope.
like, all right, we good. Let that shit burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't rival Coachella though.
No, it
don't
doesn't-
sit here and don't play devil's advocate and be. He's like, I gotta play devil's advocate here. It does not rival Coachella.
It
could
doesn't.
be. It could be good.
The only thing I will say is
Don't
that
go top shelf, Okeechobee.
the first couple years,
Just say we're gonna be
Okeechobee's-
good.
Yeah.
Just say that.
But the first couple years, Okeechobee had a much better lineup than what they've been doing, and the reason why is they even literally came out with a statement saying
It's fucking Okeechobee.
that they to start off they were just like spending too much money on the artists, so they were getting too big of artists, too many of big artists
Like Big
for
Sean?
for their budget. So they were losing money the first couple of years. So now they've downscaled their acts essentially. So there's a lot more smaller names. That
They've
perform there now.
downscaled the lineups that weren't rivaling Coachella for the
Exactly.
music fest that's going to rival, if not be better than Coachella.
That's exactly right, David.
yeah, it's fucking Okeechobee. People don't want to go to Okeechobee.
It is kind of like they
fucking
do a good job.
Okeechobee.
They do a good job at setting it up. At the same time, I mean, it is Okeechobee, so it's like hot and muggy out sometimes. Like at night, it gets really nice and cool, but like during the day, it can get a bit hot and muggy. But they do a good job at setting it
Okeechobee.
up. Yeah, for Okeechobee. So guys, I mean, back to this fucking
Santa's coming out.
Santa's coming out. The fucking elves are going crazy. Hero Boy's throwing a fit, like a little hissy fit.
Can't see him, and then he's ringing a bell, and he can't hear it. And the bell's whispering to him, which goes, "Fuck you."
Well, what happened was the reindeers were even fucking flipping out. The reindeers are going crazy for Santa too, and it popped off
One
One
of
of-
their bells.
one of Santa's bells. How do they say it in
One
the
of the
beginning?
bells from Santa's sleigh.
Yeah, one of the bells from Santa's sleigh, and it like rolls right over to Hero Boy, and he's ringing it, and he can't hear shit. So it's like, fuck, man, what's going on? Why aren't the bells working? So then Santa comes up, and as
Nope.
he's looking at the bell, he sees in the reflection Santa. No.
He starts whispering to himself, "Okay, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I believe. I believe." And then he starts hearing the bell.
And then Santa's behind him, and he turns around and goes, "I believe that this is yours." And Santa's like, well, thank you. Who do you think Santa's played by?
Tom Hanks.
Tom fucking Hanks.
Of course it is.
Of course. Of course it is.
Nobody else.
Yeah, and then the know-it-all fucking runs up and ruins the moment. He's like, do I get the first gift?
Yeah, the whole thing, the ceremony, Santa gives out the first gift.
That's like the big
On
reason
Christmas.
why Polar Express is even there with the kids.
Yeah.
I think that's something I forgot to say in the beginning.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're like, kind of like, why are we going to the North Pole? And like Tom Hanks is like, Conductor Hanks is like, well, Santa's going to give out the first gift to one of you.
Inspector Butters.
So then Santa tells
Autistic
autistic kid, patience and a smidgen of humility might also serve you well. And that kid is just like, fuck, yes, sir. Goes to the hero girl.
And says, "Ooh, ain't you a sexy little chocolate drop?"
Ooh, a young lady.
Shit.
A lady of decision, full
Shit.
of confidence and spirit.
No, come on. You know I'm in the middle of doing a thing. Don't just do like a black voice and say what he really says.
Well, he's getting horny with it.
It's like, ain't you a sexy little chocolate drop? All that jelly and no toast.
Oh, just so full of confidence and spirit. Oh, all that Chris's spirit. Excuse me. Keep up the good work. And then goes to he goes to Luke Skywalker. And he's like, I've seen you made some new friends. That's a lucky lad. There's no greater gift than friendship. And then and goes to Hero Boy, and he's like, dude, you've been a pest this entire time. You shouldn't even be on this fucking train. fuck you.
And then he just points. He goes, I think it's time for you to leave.
Yeah.
And Hero Boy walks off. They all boo him. The elves are throwing shit at him.
Yeah. But he's like, nah. He's like, let's have this young fellow right here. And that's apparently cue for the elves to carry Hero Boy over to Santa's sleigh for the first gift. He's like, all right, well, let's have this young fellow right here.
You say that like that's...
It's not like a cue word, but it's not like, hey, all right, I choose this kid. It's like,
the elves knew exactly what it meant.
let's have this
isn't
young
their
fellow
first-
right here.
This isn't their first Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. They're fucking itching. Like, who the fuck's it gonna be?
Who's he gonna pick? Who's he gonna pick? Let's do it.
So he goes and sits down on Santa's lap on the sleigh, and Santa just starts caressing him. He's like, there you go.
Like, yeah, sit right on Daddy's lap.
I know it's been a long ride all the way to the North
That
Pole.
was scary, I know.
I get it.
I know, I'll protect you now. You're safe.
But he's like, so, what would you like for Christmas? And Hero Boys whispers to Santa, we don't hear what it is. We don't hear what he says. But I'm guessing it's like, just go gentle on me.
Yeah, he's like, just please go gentle. It's my first time.
I had the hot Joe.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of hot from Conductor Hanks. Can we just make it easier this time?
Yeah, please go easy on me.
Yeah.
Santa agrees. He's
So,
like,
so
yeah,
he says,
indeed.
yes, indeed. The first gift of Christmas. And then Santa holds up a single bell that he found, and he gives it to the Hero Boy. And sure enough, he can hear the bell. And he says, this bell is a wonderful symbol of the spirit of Christmas, as I am. Ha! Just remember, the true spirit of Christmas lies in your heart. Merry Christmas!
Now get the fuck off my
Yeah,
sleigh.
come on. I need to.
I gotta go.
Yeah. But the bell tower fucking starts ringing because it's midnight. So it's time for Santa to get the fuck on. Then Conductor Hanks tells him to put that bell in a safe place, and immediately puts it in the pocket that's ripped.
Yeah, like I don't know if we said that. We saw that he
yeah.
had a ripped pocket earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
He immediately puts the bell in that pocket,
Like,
and then keeps walking. The second he did it, I was like, oh, he's losing the bell. All
yeah,
right.
Jesus.
Gets the first gift of Christmas and just loses it immediately.
And then Santa just whips out a rainbow whip. And I'm like, whoa, dude, this is getting kinky. Like, this is... And he starts whipping all the boys, all the elves, before he even takes off. He's just like, fuck you and fuck you. Yeah.
Elves are loving it, though. You're like, yes, I got
all
whipped
the
by
elves are like,
Santa.
right here, Santa. And the reindeers are like, they're a little skittish.
Oh, they're terrified.
Because they know what the night has in store for them. So then Santa starts whipping them, and they're going crazy. It was funny because it took them a second to get off the ground. They weren't as powerful as I thought they were going to be right off rip.
No, there's also elves pushing from the back.
Yeah, it was a struggle to get Santa's fat ass off the ground. But then Santa's now just, he's showing off. He's whipping around the town, like right on top of everyone, just whipping them, fucking showing off the fucking rainbow.
The crowd's
whip.
going wild. They're like, yeah. He's like, yeah.
Then he whips the top of the tree star, and that just fucking explodes with like fireworks and shit, and just like turns on the Christmas tree to be extra bright. Now everyone's freaking out. Like, we thought we were freaking out before. The elves are going fucking crazy, and he shoots off just like the UFO I saw last week, and just disappears and vanishes.
It was one of those, those floating lanterns.
That's right. You did send me that. I was like, oh shit, I forgot about the floating lanterns.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Conductor Hanks is like, all aboard! We're going the fuck home, dude. I'm over this shit.
Yeah, it's midnight. Been out there all night.
I'm tired. All right. But yeah, I mean, Hero Girl's like, oh my god, this is everything I ever dreamed it would be, and Luke Skywalker is like, you know, is all this a fucking dream, dude? Like,
Hero Boy says no.
because now he finally believes. Oh my god. And then, you know, as Santa's leaving, what do we get? We get another little sing-along. Rocking on top of the world. Rocking on top of the world. The place is hopping. There ain't no stopping. Rocking on top of the world. Lift your spirits, swing that girl, rocking on top of the world. Wow, that was nice.
Interesting song that they picked.
It was an interesting song that they picked. So apparently, this entire ride only took 5 minutes. Or no minutes.
Absolutely.
No minutes.
Yeah, the ride took no minutes.
No minutes at
took
all.
5 minutes at the North Pole.
Yeah. So then all the kids are boarding, and as they're boarding, Conductor Hank is punching out the rest of their tickets, and come to find out, we were right all along. It was learning, learn. What was it?
Learning something with an E. I forget.
And then the Hero Boys is breaking and entering. So we just know he's a criminal.
So he finished punching the holes. Like,
No, yeah.
Like Ellie on the fucking autistic kids thing stood for learn.
Yeah.
So you don't fucking know it all. You need to learn.
Yeah. And then
like,
so he's
okay.
like, no, it says lean. And he's like, oh, no, there's 5 letters in that, you dumb shit. And he's like, oh, my bad.
He's like, yeah.
And he goes, lesson learned. You little shit, get the fuck on the train. And then goes to Luke Skywalker, and he flips it around and whoosh, whoosh, gives a cool little sound effect and says, depend on. Flips it over again. Whoosh, rely on. Flips it around again because I wouldn't stop if it kept changing. Whoosh, and then it says count on. And he's like, yeah, I can count on you to get me home and my friends.
Look at that.
Look
How
at that.
nice.
Full story for
How
Luke
nice.
Skywalker because he never had friends.
No, he was a poor kid.
Yeah. He only had Yoda. And then Yoda just left him. Left him alone to die. And then he goes to Hero Boy. Or no, he goes to Hero Girl. And he punches Lead. And she's a fucking idiot. And she's like, oh, lead. What does lead stand for? And he's like,
fucking moron.
or pronounced lead. Like leadership. Like, you're going to lead us to get the fuck home? Okay, I'm going to follow you. Right? Get on the bus.
God.
Get on the train.
What a poor way for you to end this, fucking mispronouncing the word. It says lead. Get on the
Stupid.
train.
Yeah. And last but not least, Hero Boy, his is believe. Because now he believes, so then everything comes to life. He can hear the bells ringing. Because he was technically able to see Santa when we saw Santa from his vision. Kind of didn't really make sense. But now since he believes, he can see. He can see and hear.
And taste and feel
Yeah.
and smell.
Now he knows.
All of them.
Yeah.
All the senses.
But then he goes to reach in his pocket and he realizes, well, they get on the train and he reaches in his pocket.
Everyone's like, let's see the fucking bell.
Yeah. All the kids are like, dude, I want to see the bell. That's from fucking Santa, dude.
It's bananas, dude.
And he lost it.
Yeah.
And all the kids are like, what the fuck?
Like, all right, we'll get off the train and we'll look for it. And then the train starts moving.
Yeah. And yeah. So the train fucking leaves. They're dropping off Luke Skywalker, and Hero Boy and Girl says their goodbyes, and Luke Skywalker's telling them, may the Force be with you, and fucking Conductor Hanks is like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Let's go.
I thought you weren't even gonna make it on this train.
Go already.
Yeah. And then then Hero Girl gets dropped off, and I thought it's gonna be a little bit more.
Hero Girl doesn't get dropped off.
Oh, that's
Hero
right.
Boy.
Hero Boy gets dropped off, and I thought it was gonna be a little bit more like sentimental.
Him and Hero Girl, like, she walks him to the door. They hug. And then shake hands. And then he leaves.
Not like,
You're
hey,
like,
let's
really?
exchange some
Yeah.
some phone numbers
We
or
just
something.
had a huge moment. And he goes, so Tom Hanks, he's seeing everybody off at the end.
Yeah.
And he jumps off and
Conductor Hanks says to him, one thing about trains, it doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on. And we're like, dude, is this how Tom Hanks just like tricks every child?
so then he looks at Tom Hanks and he says, thank you. And Tom Hanks says, no. Thank you. Now. And two guys come and they grab Hero Boy on each side. He's like, what the fuck's going on?
What's going on? What's going on?
And Tom Hanks, he's explaining through him. He's like, we wanted you to go through this whole range of emotions, some ups, some downs, some scared. Like, we want your adrenaline to be all over the place, your endorphins everywhere. You met Santa. That's wild. Like, happiest moment of your life. and then he's like cutting his face off, and he's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
He's like, "Do you
And he's
believe
like-
this? Yeah, you believe in this?"
He's like, when it was adrenal
Glands. He's like, "I'm gonna get
He's
your
like,
adrenal
so-
glands are going
so
through the
he gets
roof."
That he has one of the guys wear the face, and he's dancing around, and then Tom Hanks just like slits his throat and gets the blood, and then starts drinking the blood. He's like, "This is how I live forever. This is how I can get to the North Pole and not spend any time. Look at me.
I got no
Look
wrinkles
at
in
me.
my skin.
Look at me. I'm the conductor. I'm the fucking hobo. I'm Santa.
I'm
You don't know
everyone."
what- you don't know what the fuck I am. I'm God." And he drinks the blood, and then the movie ends.
Hero Girl is watching the entire thing, and she's like, "No,
Yeah,
no!"
they're holding her back, and he's like,
Yeah.
"You're next, bitch. Don't you worry."
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
It's the guys who brought out the hot chocolate from the beginning. It's those same dudes, and now they're just holding down
yeah,
the kids.
they're holding everyone down. And he's just cutting faces.
and as it's
drinking
happening, they're
blood.
going hot, hot, and it's like it's becoming like a ritual.
Like, hot, hot, and he's like, "Yeah, we got it, hot, hot."
Yeah.
But it's like a deeper. It's not as like fun, hot, hot. It's like hot, hot,
We got it.
hot, hot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking dark. It's wild. Luckily, they let Skywalker go.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone else, face cut off, blood drank.
well, that's the cool thing because Luke Skywalker jumps out of nowhere with a
No,
lightsaber and just
he
starts-
doesn't.
Zoom, zoom,
Don't
zoom.
lie to the people that didn't happen.
You're right. Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but dark movie, The Polar Express, guys, highly recommend it.
Oh my God. No, so I mean, I guess he survives. He makes it inside, and
So I asked Braden before we started recording. I said, "Do you have a Tom Hanks drinking blood joke already planned?" And he said, "No. Like I'll bring it up at some point, obviously."
I
And
think
I
now
was
we
like,
should-
"Nope." I was like, at
I
the
got
end,
it.
the kid's getting off the train. He says, "Thank you" to him, and Tom Hanks really says, "No, thank you." And I was like, when
Now
Tom
grab
Hanks
him.
says, "Thanks you," when Tom Hanks says, "No, thank you," that's when it happens.
dude. Now, if you guys need context as to what we're like referencing towards,
Go listen to the episode. We've done it. We're not talking about. We've talked all about it. You and I spent 20 minutes one episode talking about it.
it's a conspiracy.
We're not gonna dive into it every time. Tom Hanks in too many movies for us to explain it every time.
Yeah, go watch the other one with
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks wasn't in that movie. I don't know how it got brought up,
Yeah, I don't know either.
but it did.
Yeah. But then Conductor Hanks also gives him one last wink to be like, "Hey, don't tell your parents what just happened."
Yeah, he's like, they wouldn't understand.
Yeah. But then he like yells, "Merry Christmas!" And as the kid's about to go inside, who does he see last? He sees Hobo Hanks, the king of the North Pole, on top of the train. He's waving goodbye, and then he fades to snow. It's kind of like a metaphor, like, "Hey, you believe now. You don't even need me," or something. I don't know. There's something about. I feel like it's kind of like, oh well, there's no more of me because you believe, or something. It's the way I took it, at least. But he goes home, and he goes upstairs. Well, he goes home, and he sees that the milk and cookies are still out, that he made his sister put the fuck out. I don't even know if I mentioned it in the beginning.
You did.
How fucking dare he make his younger sister put the milk and cookies out? What a piece of shit. Like, he shouldn't have gotten any gifts, nonetheless the first gift.
I disagree with you. Because they use the word made, which makes it weird. When I was a little kid, if one of my older siblings insisted on putting the milk and cookies out for Santa, I'd be like, "No, I want to do it.
That's a good point.
I want to put the milk and cookies out for Santa. What do you mean?"
Yeah, that's a
You're
good
like,
point.
"No, I'm fucking doing it." Like, I'd be like, "Fuck you. This is crazy."
Yeah, I guess he's not that bad of a guy.
the
after
little
all.
sister wanted to do it. It's not like not like she was forced to do it.
Yeah,
What little kid doesn't want to leave the milk and cookies out for Santa?
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But so he sees that there's no presents. The milk and cookies are still out. He goes upstairs, goes to sleep, wakes up to his sister being like, but you got to get out of bed because it's Christmas. Just stuttering all over the place. And he's like, but really? And so he goes in and he gets up and he grabs his
robe. Whatever
robe
he was
that he
wearing
was
the whole
wearing.
movie.
And it does the exact same thing that happened in the beginning of the movie where it ripped and a bunch of marbles fall out of his pocket. So it's like, oh, so all that was a dream. Goes downstairs, finds one last gift after opening up presents, and he gets a note, sees the note, and it says, "Found this on my seat of my sleigh. Better fix that hole in your pocket, Mr. C." Mr. Claus, Mr. Christmas himself.
It's the bell.
And it's the bell.
It's the bell.
And in the when you see the bell, you could very faintly see Santa's reflection in it for like a split second.
There we go.
And he can hear the bell ring.
And his little sister can also hear the bell ring. Parents can't hear it.
Parents can't hear it. They're like, "Oh, this is a defected fucking bell, dude. Like, who the fuck gave you this broken bell? Must be a piece of
Fucking
shit."
loser.
Yeah. Little do they know it's fucking Santa.
You know what's crazy?
Huh.
So the parents don't believe in Santa.
Yeah.
That's what that's saying.
Yeah.
Do they... Where do they think all those presents came from? Because they didn't buy them and put them there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's baffling to me how they're like, oh, the parents... They think someone's just doing this?
Yeah.
I think their parents are doing it. Grandma and Grandpa's still alive, and they think, oh, Grandma and Grandpa still won't tell us.
Oh, I guess they
It's
must
one
have
of
put
those-
him out.
It's one of those things on their deathbed. They tell everybody.
Thank God, because I wanted to sleep instead of staying up and putting
and
presents.
wrapping presents
Yeah.
and hiding them under the tree. Yeah. Baffling.
Yeah.
Baffling because the parents, they either bought the presents and put them there, or someone broke into the house in their world and gave their kids presents.
Oh, man. Maybe it's like a whole Grinch situation where he just had this whole, like...
Reverse Grinch.
Well, the Grinch, he ends up having a character arc where he brings back the
Okay.
present. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
maybe the Grinch just went through this whole arc and brought the presents
That was
back.
the side story that they ended up having to cut from the movie.
Exactly,
There we
yeah.
go.
Yeah. It was supposed to be 3 hours, but instead they cut it to an hour and a half because the Grinch.
So, Hero Boy, he's talking about it's Tom Hanks narrating it.
Yeah,
he
so
talks
now-
about the bell and says...
At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell. But as years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear its sweet sound.
Sarah's his little sister.
Though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me, as it does for all who truly believe. And then we get a close-up on the bell, and we fade to fucking black. The end. The Polar Express. It just builds up that Christmas spirit, that belief.
Like it's really it's spilled like a summer movie, but for Christmas time.
David, thank
Like
you.
that is the only way I can explain it. Like it's a movie that really gets that Christmas feel, like only a summertime movie can.
Only like a summertime movie can. And I mean, it's all about that belief. We can't have doubt going into the holiday season.
No, and you got to believe in summertime.
Come on.
Everyone believes in summertime.
Summertime magic.
So guys, that was Polar Express. It's whatever.
Yeah.
You can skip it,
Yeah.
but you can't skip the rest of this episode.
Because it's hot, hot.
Yeah, we got it.
Hot, hot.
Oh, we got it.
Hot, hot.
So stick around. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Hello.
Hey, Derek Jeter. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of train riding on this movie.
Oh, David.
You know what movie's got even more train riding in it, though?
The Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor, guys. This whole movie takes place on a fucking train.
It could have been Eddie Murphy.
The Nutty Professor is just train ride after train ride after train ride. You can't name another movie that has more trains in it than The Nutty Professor.
That's right, David.
You know what movie might have 0 trains? I'm not sure. It may have some trains, but it might have 0. It's the movie we're doing next week, guys. It's The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen. We're gonna... I told you guys all to let us know. We got some ideas, but I let one listener, who's gonna be our special guest. I don't know how much the episode he's gonna be on. He's gonna be a special guest when we do this.
Oh, yeah.
I let him decide. I'm not gonna tell you who. I'm not gonna tell you who. You guys are gonna find out on the episode.
It'll be a Christmas surprise.
It'll be a Christmas surprise on Christmas Day. The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Check it out. You want to watch The Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
I do.
Before we do a podcast on The Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
Where can we?
You should watch The Santa Claus with Tim Allen before we do a podcast on The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Here's where you can watch The Santa Claus with Tim Allen before we do a podcast on The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. It's available on Disney Plus with a subscription, or you can rent it for $3.99 on YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, Vudu, Amazon Prime, or you can go to your local grocery store and get it at the Red Box in the front of it.
Because
for
who doesn't like
$3.99.
Redbox?
Everyone loves Redbox. Everyone goes to Redbox. Redbox is the biggest thing in movies.
I refuse to collect a box that's not red.
Dude, it's got to be red and it's got to be lettered
Yep,
every time.
every time.
So, guys, that's it. The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. That's the Christmas Day special.
Ah, it's the Christmas special.
So, Braden, we did Home Alone 2 Lost in New York last week, so it was my pick. Did the Polar Express this week because it was your pick. We're doing the third Christmas movie because it was one of our listeners' picks. But someone's watching this and they're like, all right, Christmas season's over. Thank God. Let's get the fuck out of this.
Yeah.
And I want them to do my favorite movie.
Ooh.
Braden, how could they go about telling us to do their favorite movie?
David, they could just go to our website, 56kings.com.
Hold on. FIVESIXKING.com?
Yep.
And what is there just like at the top? Is there a tab that says submit ideas? You click it, you go in there, you put your name, and then in the message body you put the movie and you put which one of us you want bringing us scene for scene through the movie that they're asking us to do, and then you just hit submit down at the bottom and we get an email notification that says, hey, this person wants you to do this movie and they would like this host to bring us scene by scene through it.
David, that's exactly right.
I mean, guys, it's that easy. What are you waiting for? Why would you not do it? Go to 56kings.com, your one-stop shop for all things 56 Kings.
All things.
So, Brayden, they know where to go to submit ideas. But when they submit that idea, and when we do the movie that they want us to do, when does it come out?
Oh, David. Every motherfucking Monday.
Unless it doesn't.
Unless it doesn't.
Every motherfucking Monday, unless it doesn't.
There you go.
Guys, you heard it here.
Yeah.
Every motherfucking Monday, unless it doesn't. That's the promise we give to you on the 56 Kings. Guys, Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Derek Jeter, fuck you. I love you all very much. And we'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.
Bitch, I'm